Already live.
We here
Mm.
Tuesday, July 16th.
Is it already?
It already is.
Gee. Time is flying, right?
It's doing something.
Doing what it's supposed to do. Not
It'll
stand
be
still.
the best season of the year coming up.
Shit, bye.
Come on, Leo. Oh,
What's going on, good people?
yeah.
I see Miss Darlene had to be the first one. We appreciate the comment. She was the first one in for the night. You win a bell. She wins a bell.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, we ready.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And who is that? Miss Darlene?
Miss Darlene.
Beat Sly in tonight. She beat Sly.
No, Sly's already in there. Sly's already there. He ain't
Number one.
Oh yeah.
Number two.
And Michelle. I'll tell you, you know what? Shouts out to Michelle. I haven't seen Michelle in a while, but Michelle be sending me some crazy shit
Hey,
sometimes.
Michelle.
And Michelle, you dope for that. Some of the stuff you send me, and I appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, Shell, she's so sweet.
Yeah, you should see what she's seeing though.
Oh,
Ain't nothing like that. No, ain't nothing like that. But yeah, it would surprise you some of the things that people are saying in this comment section. Then they'll send you a video or whatever that says something completely different. It's nothing sexual, not like that, but it's perspective videos. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
You like stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you send stuff out there like that too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for the stars.
Your mic ain't on.
Oh yeah, it is.
Say something.
Mic check.
There you go.
Mic check.
Yeah, you wasn't speaking in the mic. Speak into the mic like you
Mic
licking an ice cream cone. What you looking at me? We got a pastor here.
I thought you was going to go somewhere bright and early.
No, not that.
Like the orange juice.
Right? Got to be careful with him. All right, good people. Welcome to Tanky Tea of Life. This is.
Hang with me, baby. Pastors make babies too. Baby, let's go.
Oh, God. This is where we talk about any and everything. Where is it? I'm so confused. Where's my camera? Right here.
That's the one.
Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Each and every Tuesday, right here live on Facebook and on YouTube. I am your host, Veronica. Oh, but y'all keep it going for y'all, huh? Thank you, Victor.
God, dope.
Right.
She's super sensitive tonight. Here we
Oh,
go.
shit.
Get,
Here we
get
go.
it ready.
Take a tea of life. I have Vic White back with us on this Tuesday.
Just trying to make it.
Trying to make it.
Just trying to make it.
Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, is back with us tonight.
Yep.
That's enough.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Hold the
Come
bill.
on now. Hey.
Hold the bill. And we have a special guest back with us for a third time, I think. Corey, you've been on Tanky Tea of Life. Third time. We have, I want to say Pastor Corey Millen is back with us. You know, Corey and I, we've been knowing each other for so long. So, but I know I have to respect the title. And I know he don't really, I don't want to say worry about titles. But, respectfully.
I would blow a trumpet, but that means something in the church, so I won't blow a trumpet.
Whoa, man.
brother.
Oh, pause. Pause.
What?
He said blow a trumpet. Pause. That's
Well,
wild.
that's a sign. That's a sign that the Gabriel, that's it. Everything is done. That's what it means.
He's on it.
Oh, can't take you nowhere.
He's on it.
Yeah, your mind.
Welcome back, Corey, to the show. We appreciate you.
Glad to be back.
So tonight, guys, we have, Corey sitting with us. And also, you can't see her right now, but Neat Cruz is back with us tonight. She will be joining us in just a few minutes. But we're going to have Corey talk about a very special event that is coming to Darlington this weekend, Saturday. School is back to take. School is getting ready to be in session. The kids are getting ready. Dang, it seems like they only been out like 3 weeks, right? And they already headed back to school. So each year, Corey and his church, they do a big back to school giveaway. So we're gonna have Corey talk about that. Y'all make sure y'all come out. Hey, Ann, Thomas, all of you out there, Darlene. All right, so Corey, tell us what's going to be going on this weekend in the city of Darlington.
This weekend is the it's our fourth year doing the back to school bash. Me and my team, we got together. They had one last week too as well, but this week it's going to be us and my team. And team up with me was Rise. Rise teamed up with me to make this happen too as well. We have a few of them that teamed up with us, but the goal is to bring the community together.
Mm-hmm.
And not just give them book bags, not just to give them school supplies, but also Rise will be giving out hygiene products. The information, we get some information from Irvin Law Office,
Okay.
which was a big plus. Evans Slim, I think that's his name, the CPA in Darlington. He's another one that's actually was a big supporter of this going on too as well. But this is why we're doing it. So the square actually will be closed down. We're gonna block the whole square off. We're doing a full blown concert. Derek Bull and Remington will be there. AIM Ministry will be there, and a few other artists there. They will actually be there in attendance. And it's just gonna have a good time for the community. Is what we're doing.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a big event this weekend in Darlington, guys. So, if you have kids in school that's going back to school, you definitely want to bring them out. I think last year, Corey, y'all had like how many people to come out?
Ooh, last year we gave away 860 book bags.
860.
And we gave out over 1,000 food bags. And so that's what we did last year. So this year, the goal is to give out at minimum the 860, but we're pushing for 1,000. And we just want to be a blessing to the community. Is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What time is this happening?
It starts at 10, from 10 to 3.
Okay.
And the 3, rain or shine. Tell us, let us folks know if it's raining, they should still come out.
Yeah, if it's raining, still come out. We're gonna come. You can come right into the church. It's still on the square, 90 Public Square. The doors will be open at the church, and we'll be able to do everything still on the inside. The only thing we won't be able to do is check out all the beautiful vehicles that's going to be out there. We have the Corvette Club. One of the Corvette clubs is coming out. Then I call a few of my friends. They're bringing their vehicles out. I might bring a couple of mine out. But that's what we're doing, just to make it really fun for the youth and for anyone who loves vehicles in general, sports cars in general.
So how much, I know y'all it's a book bag school giveaway, but how much money I need to bring with me?
How much money you need to bring me? Just bring money to eat. We'll have a few vendors will be out there.
Okay.
So they'll be out there. Actually, some will be selling food. Some will be selling treats. I tried to get the food trucks out, but by the time they get okay to close the square down, to get them out. But I actually have some really good cooks that's coming out.
Okay.
And so bring your money for that.
Okay.
If anyone want to give a donation, they can. Because everything that comes to us, we actually put it back into the community is what we do. Must say I've been pastor now for 14 years. I haven't received a dime in 14 years because I give back to the community is what I do.
That's dope.
That's dope. And that's my main goal and objective. So once a month we go out into the community. We knock on doors, see who want prayer. So we do those particular things too as well. And but yeah, we just try to make it great for the community.
So one more thing, and I will say this might sound a little crazy.
Okay.
But I've noticed this about public events. What about the bathroom situations that since y'all going to be outside?
Hopefully they're bringing them because they closed it down. But if not, I'm going to let them come on the inside.
Okay.
My doors will not be closed to anyone who needs to use the restroom. The doors will be open. So if
Okay.
they don't bring anything, guess what? Ask me. Go right on the inside. Someone will be at the door, and they'll let anyone in to go to the restroom and use the restroom.
So I appreciate that. So, and it's one thing I know it's kind of be a little off topic, but I have a 1-year-old. So I've noticed now that it is extremely hard to find a male bathroom with a changing table in it. And you do have fathers out there that take care of their kids. So
Yes.
it's very difficult for me to change my son in the truck. You know what I'm saying, with his car seat, and I try to give him his privacy. But I do appreciate you saying that if there isn't someplace there, that a man can probably take his child and give him some privacy and change his diaper. Okay,
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I have
Excellent.
an office. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
No, go ahead, bro.
I have an office, and you can go right in my office.
No, man, it was
So,
just it was just
my doors
something.
are open. My doors are open because I believe that the doors should be open for anything that takes place. We should be willing to accommodate anyone for anything that's taking place, especially when you're doing you're hosting the event yourself.
Okay.
I'm glad that Victor raised that. A lot of times people just think that the moms do it, but that was a good point. And let me just say this to you,
Yes.
Pastor. It's when you do these things and people look forward to it, sometimes they take it for granted. And I just want to personally thank you because this takes the time and the effort and the love that you have for the community and putting back in the community. Like you said, you haven't taken a dime. And one of the things that we talk about here, we talk about how we get in it, about relationships. But I'm glad that we take a moment out for the community because these are the things that are so important, and not only the things that happen bad in the community, we got to lift up those that are doing good things in the community.
Yes.
That shows that we love the community, we love the people, and I just want to thank you, man, brother.
Hey, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, so once again, we're speaking with Pastor Corey Millen, who's bringing a big back-to-school bash here in the city of Darlington. Downtown, they shutting the square down. So make sure y'all come out 10 until 3.
10 to 3.
10 to 3 on Saturday. There will be vendors.
Yes.
And I see Mike Mills, he threw something out there for you. He says he'll be in with the food trucks next year, so keep him in mind.
Okay, I most definitely will.
So Mike, he is doing a great thing too with his food business.
Oh, yeah.
Victor, you want,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
About what?
Oh, I thought you was going to say
No.
something.
I can, but no.
But yeah, it's a great thing. Like Victor and Fatine was saying, when you give back to the community, we appreciate you and all that you do for the community. Because most people, but we ain't gonna get into that. But you're doing a great thing, and we appreciate you representing the city of Darlington.
Oh yes.
Definitely.
And if anyone need my assistance, just give me a call. They can reach out to me on Facebook or reach out just any way you know how to reach out to me, and I will actually be assistance to wherever I can be a help to. I'm willing to help. That's what I'm willing to do.
Let me ask you this
Yes, sir.
before we let you go. They say that saying is it takes a village to raise a child. Is there anything else that your church does? Like you said, just give you a call. Does your church do anything during the school year to assist some of the parents that may be working and have some challenges dealing with their children? Do you have any kind of open door services or policies that kind of help the community with those kind of challenges out there?
Well, actually, I get a lot of phone calls, and again, I keep the doors open. And so I would meet me and my team. We would meet at the church or somewhere else, and actually we handle those types of things. So I mentor probably about, probably about 15. I mentor on the norm, and it's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling, and then it leads from one thing to something else. I remember one of the young ladies that blessed me so much, and she was like, you know what? And she told me this, and I almost shed a tear. She said, you're the only dad that never left me.
Oh.
And the
Damn.
only thing I ever did was be there for her. That's all I ever did. And not at the house, but when they see me, or I shoot out a text every morning to those, to certain ones. I shoot out a text every morning just to check on them, and that was one of the response.
Dang.
And so
Beautiful.
About to make me cry.
That's it.
Because we need people like you, and others that take time out of their busy schedules and help out with these children that do not have their fathers or their mothers or both parents in their lives. So shouts out to you. That's awesome.
And I say
Thank
this,
you.
the compound on what she says, even the kids that do have parents,
Well, that too. Yep.
not to, definitely not to take away what you said. I don't know everything, and I know I'd be crazy to think my son looks up to me at all aspects. I would love to think that, but the reality is my son, I may not be my son hero, and somebody else may be, and I'm okay with that. As long as I still hold the role of father. But watching, not to throw too much color in this, but when you see responsible and respectable black male figure that's doing stuff like this, it makes I would think other young males say, okay, I don't have to go down like the team said, that thug mentality. I can be respected and not put my hands on somebody.
Yes.
But I can, but we just not gonna lead with that.
Lead with that. Yeah. Now, I will say this, because you open another door, okay? You open the door.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go through it.
Especially when it comes to men.
Yeah.
Okay? When you look at the word father, I'm only going to give not the Hebrew meaning or the Greek meaning. I'm going to give you the Latin meaning. The Latin word is fundus, Fundus. The word actually means foundation. So we, the fathers, are the foundation. And see now, and guess what? So our kids can stand upon.
Okay.
So now, if the foundation is cracked, now guess what? Now there's an issue.
There's an issue.
So sometimes the foundation needs help. And guess what? And sometimes, when a sink is in the home, you know what they do? They go get a jack and they jack it up. You ever saw one of something that went in?
Yeah, ram jack. Yeah,
that's what it is. And this is the thing. So sometimes we need jacking up in a good way. But guess what? And like you said, it's not that our kids we're their hero person, and we could be their hero, but still yet someone else can get to them too. I have a group of friends that if my kids can't come to me, my sons, they can go to them.
Yeah.
And I have a 32-year-old, 27, and a 25-year-old. I have men. And so, but guess what? They still have someone that they can go to if they can't get to me.
Yeah.
And we have to make that door available for them. So find other foundations.
Okay.
Is what we have to do. Okay, you know how you are. Now you have to know how the next person is that you want to impart into their lives. Right. And
I understand.
Yeah, well said, my brother.
That's so important. And sometimes I do want to jack y'all up. Oh, you said in a good way. Oh.
Now that go for women too now.
Trying to be funny, huh? Okay.
Because don't think that just men need some jacking up.
Yeah,
There's some women
we
out there that need some jacking up too, maybe in a different way.
Yeah, but we'll jack you up.
In an uplifting way.
Pastor, close your ears.
No.
I see number one hater has entered the building. She's on the.
You gotta leave Nicole alone.
That's number one hater. Hater number one.
Yeah, but that's what I live by. That's what I live by coming out of New York. But I don't do region. It's about people, and that's what I say about. When I move around, I'm down here now. It's about the people. It's not about where you're from. A lot of times we want to brag about where we're from. There's nothing wrong with repping where you're from, but it's about doing the work for the people.
Yes.
And that's what makes the world a better place.
Yes, yeah, you're right, and it really does. And that's why even at the back to school bash, between every group that gets up, we have someone coming in praying. And so if someone want prayer, individual prayer, besides if they don't have to be out there, guess what? The doors of the church is open. We can just go right on the in. Someone can go right on the inside. We have a team of everyone there. My sister is coming. My sister is coming from, she lives in Tampa, Florida, so she'll be here. My brother will be here from Jacksonville, Florida. My other brother will be here. He's a counselor. And so we have everyone there. Everyone will be there. Awesome. So whatever they need, it'll be there.
So you got a comment out there from Michael Mills. He says, Rev, I'm proud of you, bro. Glad you opened doors in many ways.
Oh, man. Mike, we grew up together. Well, he's with my brothers. He's with them. He's with them. Watch him. I'm proud of him and all the things that he's doing. And
Wait a minute.
People say me and Mike.
I'm just proud.
People
Man.
say me and Mike look alike. You see it.
Hey, y'all do faces. I stared at you when I walked in. I was like, that ain't Mike. Mike a little slimmer.
I'm gonna throw you a little
They
curveball.
talk
Okay.
a
I'm
lot.
throw you a little curveball. You said that your brothers. I don't know you personally, but I don't think you was born, in a manger and with.
No.
So my question is, growing up and the challenges in life, what made you make that I don't want to use the word change because I don't know you that direction, but what made you go in the direction that you are going in? And just listening to you talking about your brothers, your sisters, it seems like all of y'all are moving in a positive direction. Was it your upbringing, the foundation as you talked about? Did you have those challenges? Did you make some wrong turns? And if you did, how did you get back on track?
Oh, I made wrong turns.
Okay.
I made a lot of wrong turns. Even when you become a pastor, you still have issues. Okay, you still have those particular type things. And growing up, I had a great father. Even though he passed at a young age, but every morning he got up. He cooked us breakfast. That's what he did. He ironed our clothes. He did those things. And so even when we got out of order, guess what? He put us back in order is what he did. So I got kicked out. I remember getting kicked out of school in the senior year. I don't know if you remember.
I did too.
I got kicked out of school.
Gosh.
I got kicked out of school and went to jail.
I did too.
Senior year. And so all of those particular things. And so I had to finish school a different way.
Okay.
And so
Me too.
And it wasn't so I don't have a diploma from St. John High School because I got kicked out of school. But I had to write. What my mother did was she said, you know what? I remember leaving school one night. Me and my cousins, we went to the Hutter House. You remember the Hutter House was open, and we got into something. Someone came up to us to the table, and we was just eating. I was eating because I love to eat. It's just it in a nutshell. I put food before anybody.
Gotcha.
And so, but he came up and he was calling us. I'm glad we're on a place where we can talk. Okay. And so he was calling me. He was calling us niggers. Why y'all niggers are in here?
Wow.
Oh.
And so he's doing those particular things. But I was eating, and I was like, "Hey man, hey, go on," because I'm eating. And my food hot. I don't have time for this.
Right.
And he kept going. And so the only thing I did, I said, open the door. And so they opened the door, boom, did what I had to do,
Gotcha.
did those particular things. But then, even though my mother knew what happened and someone told her what happened, she said, you got to go. She sent me to my uncle in North Carolina.
Wow.
And so I couldn't bully my uncle. Why? Because my uncle's 6'9", 320 pounds.
Phew.
That's my uncle. That's her younger brother, one of her younger brothers. And so guess what? Hey, he gave me a set of rules. He said, this is how this is going to work. And what I had to do, I had to abide by his rules is what I did. And so that would help me. And now, even now, I have if you're going to be my friend, you got to be able to check me. But I don't need yes men and women around me. I need people that are going to call a spade a spade. And so, but you're not going to call a spade, you don't need to be in my camp. And so everyone need to build a winning environment. You don't need people that's going to talk behind you. You need people that's going to talk to you.
Right.
Not like-minded people though, right?
Huh?
What about like-minded people? It was
You need both, okay? You need like-minded people. I have a different set of rules, okay? I have just me. Everyone can do what they want to do, and I'm not telling no one what to do.
Correct.
This is me and my church. I have a church set of people. I have people when I need a word, I know where to go at. I'm going to the beach. That's where I'm going at. I'm a spiritual father at the beach. I go there, and he talked to me, do those particular things. When it comes to business, guess what? I have a business group.
There you go.
And so now, because this business group, then if I want to laugh, I got the laughing group. Can't mix them together.
No.
A lot of times you can't mix them together. Why? Because they're just going to do things different. They're going to do things differently. It's what they're going to do. And we try to mix everyone together, something is going to go wrong.
Wow. Yeah, I like that. I love that. Real quick, I just want to know what the moral of the story was with your moms, because it's something that I may not understand, in a sense of you being disrespected.
Mhm.
But what was the moral? Because even though you stood up for yourself, she sent you away, and I'm assuming you could tell me better
Mhm.
that she was looking at it from the perspective that even though you may have stood up, I don't want to open that door for more of these things to happen. You understand? So, what was the moral? Did y'all ever have a conversation later that she explained why she did what she did?
A little, but she said she really needed for me to be with someone that could control me.
Got it.
And then she didn't have to worry about no disrespect when it came to both of us, when it came to us. So now I didn't have to worry about disrespecting her disrespecting me, and and because we can say my child ain't gonna disrespect me,
Oh,
we
they
can
will.
say that, but guess what they would do?
They gonna do it.
They would do it. I remember one of my son got mad at me one time. Got mad at me, shut the door. I was like, ho, 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 ho. We don't do these things right here. And so, this is just me. And so we have 15 stairs to get to the top. And so what I did was I hung him over the top. I said, say a word. I said, you can't cry. I said, if you cry, you drop.
Mm.
But guess what? But the thing is, I didn't have to drop my son. But from that day forward, guess what my son never did again?
There you go.
He never disrespected me again. He only disrespected me one time in his life.
That's all it
Once.
takes.
And
That's
he
all it takes.
never disrespected me
And
again.
sometimes, like you said, sometimes we make those mistakes and we have to be put back in place. But when that foundation
place.
is there, we
Mhm.
have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
That's the important piece there too.
And will we teach the youth? Will we teach them? I took my sons to work with me. I worked at a car dealership, at Spotter's Chicken Flag. I took them kids to work with me. That's what I did. And so they saw what their daddy did. And so not just that, multiple things that they saw what I did. And so with them seeing those things and seeing my work ethics, guess what? They have work ethics. Now I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to take care of them. I don't believe in taking care of grown people. That's just me. My son, they're men, so they have to be men. And they take care of themselves.
You almost got me to join your church, Pastor. Man, I'm telling you, man, you're saying all the right things, and that's so important. That's so important, my brother.
And not that there's not challenges.
Oh, no,
now,
of
because
course.
They are.
They are.
I go through issues. I'm going through issues now, but guess what though? But are you going to put the issues before what needs to be done? What you going to be driven? You going to be issue driven, or you going to be God driven, or whatever it is that drives you? Why do you get up in the morning? So what's your why for getting up in the morning? And that's what it has to be. My why for getting up in the morning is to make sure that everyone I'm connected to, guess what, they be okay. So if they need me, reach out to me. And that's all it is. And if any way I can help, I get on the telephone. I get on his phone and I just start making phone calls. That's what I do. I'm glad I work from home now. I work from home.
Yeah.
So working from home, you get to do a lot that you couldn't do.
This is inspiring, my brother. Motivational, the conversation tonight. Thank you, Pastor. I really this
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you all.
John said Pastor got in one little fight and his mama got scared and she sent him out. His uncle in Bel Air. John,
Hey, that's it.
I don't know where he be. But thank you so much, Pastor
Thank you all.
Corey Millen. We appreciate you. The event is taking place Saturday. Tell us once again, time, place, all of that.
Saturday, Purpose 11 Ministry and Rise. It's going to be on the square in Darlington. Time is from 10 to 3 o'clock. And then if it rains, praying that it don't rain, but if it rains, it'll be on the inside of the church. That's 90 Public Square, the old BC Moors.
Awesome. And we thank you once again. And that is the Back to School Bash Saturday, 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. here at the City of Darlington downtown. Bring the kids out. Even if you already got their school supplies, it's okay to get more. And
You know us. We ain't start.
And have enough. Yeah.
We ain't start. I know we ain't start. We wait to that. What is it?
minute.
The tax-free weekend to go do it.
When everybody be
That's
there.
when we wait. That's when we go.
And these are quality book bags.
It don't matter. Free is free,
Quality.
baby.
I know free is free, but they're quality book
Yeah,
bags. So
awesome.
they're not just going to rip apart as soon as you put some books in them.
So parents, if you don't have your child's book bags yet, come on out Saturday. Do the kids have to be present?
We prefer the kids to be present because you know how some people are. They'll come and say, "I have this many kids."
Yeah.
Then
15
now
bags.
you didn't give all the bags out. Can't do those particular things. So we prefer the kids to. Kids need to be there. Kids need to be there, and what we'll do is then we'll give the book bags, and then but you have to go to every vendor. We have about 15 vendors that's going to be there, and after you fill the sheet out and go to every vendor, then you get your book bag.
Okay, good.
Then you get you only get your book bag after you went to all of the vendors.
Awesome.
Hope Health is going to be out there. Care South is going to be out there. Care South will actually be taking your blood pressure, checking your cholesterol. They'll be doing all those particular things too as well.
You guys are really y'all on point, man. I love this.
Yeah. I will be there. Tanky T, y'all gonna be there? Everybody coming out? What we doing?
I'm in town this weekend.
Okay.
I'm in town.
Maybe we can hand out some book bags. But I'm supposed to be doing the CMOS thing, but I may hang out.
I have somebody to help you.
Okay.
I'm there for the women. If it's some women there, I'm there.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah, and they 5 children. Yeah, they be looking for you. They'll be looking for you. Pastor, you
But
know
anyway-
they go. Oh, now, anyway now.
Anyway,
Pastor,
I'm gonna be there. Yeah,
you know what's happening, Pastor. You know.
See, you doing way too much now.
Okay.
But,
Okay, you
but
say
if
you
the
looking
wo-
for the women.
oh gosh.
but anyway,
They coming with their kids
But if the women they, I'm there.
and the kids.
Oh gosh. All right, Pastor. Thank you so much.
Women ain't coming without the kids. They ain't gonna get a book bag.
Oh gosh. The kids must be present. Y'all did hear that from Pastor Corey.
I told you, baby, we were.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming, stopping by the studio tonight. You guys, that's Saturday, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. The city of Darlington downtown square is going to be shut down for this event. So make sure you come out and enjoy the festivities that's going to be going on. Live entertainment. Derek Bull and the team's going to be out there. So come out and just fellowship. You know, we miss that a lot.
Darlington, South Carolina, at the square.
Yes. So once again, Corey, thank you so much.
you all.
We appreciate
Appreciate
you.
it, baby.
Thank you.
And we do have another studio guest, and I'm going to flip the camera, and she's going to come in and have a seat with us. I'm going to flip it to who?
You can flip it to me.
Okay.
You can flip it to me.
Thank you, Corey.
I appreciate it, bro. So while everybody's switching up and they doing all this hugging and stuff,
My brother, Pastor.
I want to say that as Miss Neek walks to the, he come this way. Yeah. As Miss Neek comes down, I didn't get a chance to. All right, bro. I didn't get a chance to see Miss Neek for her birthday. I couldn't remember what day it was, but I thought that she was gonna be here shortly after that. But we had some special guests, Miss Carol and Miss Tony. What's her first name?
Precious.
Precious was here. So Nick, I got you a little birthday present in between my under this table. Under this table.
No Diddy.
Nah.
It can't be no Diddy if you a female.
Yes, you can. Diddy was crazy.
Diddy was anyway. So I got you a little gift bag for your birthday. So here you go, ma'am.
Aw,
Oh,
birthday.
here goes some more salmon and canned goods and soap, detergent.
Woo! Something crazy.
Go for it.
It
though.
is.
God, there we
I
go.
appreciate it, though.
You have
I'm
to
not
share.
gonna show it on
Oh,
camera.
don't.
No, I'm not gonna show.
Why?
Everybody show their gifts. Neek.
Yeah, Nick, you got to put this
I got a
Venus.
cat.
Okay, he gave me a cap.
Okay.
Okay.
What that say? Smuff.
Smurfit West Rock. We just went through a merger. So
Okay.
you got the first hat in Darlington.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Okay. I got some Caesar salad dressing.
I'll check the date on that.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's gone.
all right, Caesar.
Oh, some gin. I drink gin.
Oh,
You see what it's
what? This date says February 3rd, 2021.
Yeah, he was trying to kill me.
You don't see the front of your bottle?
Yeah, it says Janique Cruz.
There you go.
Make me a Tom Collins. Of mushroom.
Okay,
After you get sick off the gin, you got some soup to eat.
Okay, yeah, this is good.
okay, you can use that.
Yeah.
Cream of mushroom.
Gracious Lord. What the hell am I gonna do with this?
Let me see. I need those bulbs.
Hey, you can't give away your present.
Oh, dang. Okay, okay.
You
Bulb.
never know. You never know.
even know what you use those for.
Those are under the microwave bulbs.
Oh, okay. I do need those.
Duh.
I don't change that.
Me neither. Bulbs go out in the microwave.
I do need these though.
Oh my gosh.
You get your salt
Alright.
and pepper packet in there.
Plasticware.
I keep it in my big pocketbook.
What else you
I'm
got?
not eating this.
Hey,
You
man.
know that's from December of 2022.
Maybe.
I don't even know if it's.
Maybe. It could be.
Keep digging, neat. What else you got? Okay, now.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, okay, everything should have been dope. Everything was
This
dope.
smells good.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Oh, let me smell it,
Aw.
neat. Oh, let's see.
Still more in there?
This is charcoal,
No, that's it.
charcoal and
Thank
black
God. I thought,
It's
teak.
getting wild.
thought he
Oh,
gave you
yeah.
a cat with a cool cat on there.
Wait a
Thought he
minute.
gave you a kitty.
This got a nice settled scent. Oh, I like
Yeah.
it. Very good, Victor.
I know, man, shit, that's all I do at my house is burn
Yeah,
candles.
you didn't buy me a candle.
And it's your birthday.
Let me give a shout out to my. She's grown now, but she wasn't grown when she snuck my gin bottle off the damn kitchen table and took it in her room, my little Rakaya, and drank that gin.
Ugh,
She must have went to school half high.
damn.
She snuck my gin. Oh, my damn child, boy! I
Does
swear to
that,
God.
what does the jam bottle say, though? What
Janique.
Genonique.
Janique.
Jenna,
That's what I call you. I know I'm adding a couple more syllables, but yeah,
Janique.
we'll go with that.
But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Gonna make me a
You know you
time
loved
calling.
here. You know you loved.
Yeah.
You know, because you got this vibe about you. You know.
I know, right?
You got this vibe.
So
Even though we can disagree, but we
That
still love
vibe.
you. Mm.
Hey.
Hey, let's go.
I ain't think I knew that.
Hey, hey.
so I want to bring up two things.
Oh, okay.
The first thing was, did y'all see that movie? No. Thank you.
Yes, I did.
I seen like 20 minutes of it.
Couldn't make it, could you?
Nah.
I fell asleep, but I woke back up.
Yeah.
And, it.
So I'm gonna just leave it at that. People. I challenge you, if you can, make it through that movie. But I will say this about that movie: if you don't eat my baby cookies, we can't be together. I'm gonna say that.
That's the Tyler Perry movie.
Yes.
I was going to say, what movie we talking about with baby cookie? Baby cookies.
When the Tyler Perry movie, so when the man asked the girl, here's $20 for the bake sale, make sure you go over there and buy my baby cookies.
Oh, yeah.
His daughter's cookies.
Yeah.
And the lady went over there and bit the cookie and spit it out. We would have been done right then and there.
I mean, that was a little rude. Yeah, I would have played it off. I'd have been like,
But it's very Tyler Perry-ish.
The whole movie is Tyler Perry-ish.
well.
It was
It's not
it was
bad
hard.
though.
It was
It's
hard.
not a bad movie. No, it's
You
just.
got 20 minutes. Come on.
But I mean, like it's what I expect from Tyler
Okay,
Perry.
Okay.
Like I can't say it's a bad movie. It's just a Tyler Perry movie.
I love Tyler Perry movies, though, but it was two bad ones that I think was not, like,
Which ones?
this last one. I wasn't, like, I wasn't excited about the last one. I feel like it could have been more. I feel like the dude was acting too. He was
just
too much.
That was too much.
Yeah. But I mean, I always say Tyler Perry does his thing, and there's always a meaning behind his movies. Like you always get something out of the movie. This one, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. And for me to fall asleep during a Tyler Perry movie, that says a lot because I'm like always in tune. The other one was the last one that he did where
Not Acrimony. Acrimony was good.
No, Acrimony was really
Acrimony
good.
was good.
I hear they supposed to be
That
coming out with it
Acrimony
too.
Ooh, yeah.
Acrimony was
good.
years ago. What you're talking about is oh my God, the one that they shot in like 5 days or something like that. I can't remember.
Acrimony, they did too.
They did. Well, most of his
Yeah.
movies are shot pretty quick.
What is it? Grace. Fall of Grace.
That one was really good.
That
No, it was one.
that was a-
It was one in between that too. Because I'm
It
sorry.
was the one where someone
sex one?
passed. The mom ended up.
No, it was the dude with the
Kelly.
Kelly Rowland shit.
Yeah.
Oh no! I
Sex scene.
I
There
didn't
you
watch
go.
That one yet.
That was a sexy movie. I hate it. I mean, a lot of
because
Oh yeah, with the paint,
Yeah.
Right, I see that. Yeah, I saw that.
I gotta watch.
Little
I gotta
erotica
watch
there.
it.
exactly. And tell me
Yeah,
this,
it was really
they were
good.
moving
Yeah.
too fast. I ain't gonna give it away,
Yeah, don't
but,
give it away.
but I'm gonna just say this:
That's right.
if you
Yeah.
if you live an hour and a half away, that fella must have had a damn rocket ship, or how he was going from this town to this town to this town to this town
Wow.
as fast as he was. But anyway,
And that was crazy. We don't want to give it up, but
Yeah, don't. She haven't watched
Yeah, I
it
haven't watched
yet.
it.
oh, you haven't seen
I
it?
haven't watched it.
No.
yet.
Oh
Watch
Lord,
it this
it's
weekend,
twisted.
'cause I have some time.
Yeah, watch it. It's,
My favorite though, my favorite Tyler Perry movie is people don't even know it's a Tyler Perry movie. The Peoples.
with Kerry Washington.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I ain't seen
yeah.
that.
I ain't finished it. Is it with Kerry Washington and Eddie Murphy?
No.
Who was the guy? Who was her dad?
Oh God, I always mess up his name because I always want to call him a Wayne's brother. Greer is his last name. Alan
Where
Greer.
from
David Allen Greer?
Yeah, David Allen Greer.
That's
David.
it.
He's
yeah.
from Living. He's from Living
yeah,
Color.
That's him.
He's from
Yeah.
Living Color.
Yeah. Did I watch that movie?
The Peoples, I ain't never seen that one.
Really? I watched it all the way through.
Good. I love it. That's one of my favorite. I did not know that was a Tyler Perry movie.
I have a lot of favorites. Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the movie.
I like to play.
The father. What's the one with the? Did he
The play
do
was good.
the? Oh, what is it? The one with
Idris Elba.
Yeah, Idris Elba,
That was
yeah.
good.
That was
The,
very good.
Daddy's Girl.
Daddy's
Daddy's
Girls.
Girls,
Yeah,
yeah.
Daddy's Girls is really
yeah,
good.
that was good.
That was good.
But they still all have like a Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. Yeah, Tyler Perry like feel to it. The only one that I can't watch again is for Color Girls Only.
I hated that.
Listen, I never saw it.
Don't watch it.
I think I saw bits and pieces. I was like,
that was the only
cannot
movie
watch
I
this.
cried. I cried at the end because that was horrible. But I didn't realize that was a real book.
Yeah.
I did not know that. And this is not funny, so I hate that somebody's on here right now when I say this. But when Janet Jackson told my man,
You doing the bending.
yeah, because he had a rubber stuck in his butt.
Oh,
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
know what he was doing.
see that we still on the movie that y'all was talking about. The one you just said.
For Color Girls.
That's what you're
Color
talking about.
Girls,
See,
yeah.
I haven't.
Please,
I
you
watched
don't
bits
need
and
to.
pieces
to.
of it. Is that the one with Monique?
No.
No,
No.
that's the one with the dude. What's his name with the green eyes? Michael Early's in it.
Okay, Michael.
Ely, excuse me. Ely's in it. Ghost from
Power.
Powers in
He
it.
was doing the bending.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, it was a bunch of big names.
Oh yeah, that was very star studded. But
Kerry Washington was in
Kerry
it.
Washington. But
this
it was
one of his old movies.
it
Right?
wasn't that
Older.
old. This was like 10 years maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
It was
Maybe,
it was super. I don't gonna lie. If you don't cry in that movie, something wrong.
I don't want to see it.
You
Don't
don't.
watch it.
From beginning,
No.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did get raped, but the ending with the baby got me.
Oh, yeah.
That's
that
what got
throw
me.
them kids out the window.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, he dropped his
I
baby
think I
out the
did
window.
See that because
Yeah.
didn't he choke her dog or something first?
He threw the kid out the window. He threw the kid out. He came back from the military and he dropped the baby out the window and just sat there.
Now that part I did.
And
I couldn't watch.
Felicia
that.
Rashad's in it too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
'cause she was the
She
mama.
was a neighbor.
Oh, neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Whoopi Goldberg, all of them.
So one more other thing I want to bring up. It was something me and Neek just can't agree on. And she posted a status or shared a status. And would you like to elaborate on what you said to start with,
Which
please?
Yes.
You know what I was talking about.
Yes. I do not feel like kids are responsible for calling their father. If their father does not call, it is not a kid's responsibility to reach out to you.
So I
Phone does not work both ways.
That's
when
what it
comes to
said.
Children.
but it so not to I guess just for me to say my side, you know, because I'm pretty sure you stand on your side, but I'm gonna say this: I can't just be the giver all the time, even when it comes to my children. There has to be some form of reciprocation between the two. There's got to be some dialogue. If I keep reaching out to my children and they're not reaching back out to me, either if I've already lost them and I've failed, or I'm raising some some children. I'm just not to go too far with it, but just say some children. So I don't want my daughters to think that I'm just this man that you can just ask for. So that's
ATM.
yeah. So I need to fix me if that is going on with us. You know what I'm saying? But the phone does work both ways.
But in this case, and I say this case because the only people that actually say that is people who do not reach out to their kids. Most people who reach out to their kids, a lot of times their kids also reach out to them because they are active fathers. So that doesn't even come out of your mouth because you may be able to relate to it because you're like, you can't get anything if you can't answer my calls, and if you don't come to my house and you don't spend time with me, then I'm not gonna just be an ATM to you. I can understand that, but there are fathers out there that don't even know if their kid ate or washed or nothing, and the first thing they say is, well, my phone works too.
So with what you're saying, I can tell you now, I don't know if my kids ate today. I don't know if they washed today, but I can tell you something. If they hungry and they don't have no food around them, you best believe I'm gonna get a phone call. If there's something wrong. So I get what you're saying. So I've set myself up to an extent that I want to be the parent that can fix your problems, but we also have a system set up. Don't call me, text me. If you call me, I listen. Anytime my baby boy is the reason why I don't like phone calls no more. But my kids will text me. That way I know it's not that important. And I can answer it at my leisure. I'll give them, 10, 15
I
minutes.
understand that because I do my kids the same way.
But if you call me, I'm going to answer right then and there, no matter what I got going on. And it needs to be something of importance because at one time, the telephone was our only form of communication. Now we have so many ways to communicate with each other. I feel like a phone call is urgent and a text message is a little bit more subtle.
Okay. All I can do is respect that.
Patine, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like
You quiet over here.
Yeah, I'm quiet because, like Neat says, you made a good point. I'm not in that position. Never was in that position. So I'm speaking from a hypothetical situation. So now I got to make a hypothetical situation because I was always there for my kids. I believe, there's so many reasons. Let's just say, Neat, and Victor and Veronica, there's no abuse or nothing like that. I think that, you teach children respect. And I do think it works both ways. It's hard for me because I'm going to call my children. If I wasn't there, let's just say I wasn't in the house, I'm going to call my children, but I expect them to call me. And even now as they're grown, we tend to reach out to each other. But, I don't want to sit here and say I expect them to call me more because I enjoy them now. But I just think if it's a respect thing, and you love your children, there's a responsibility that as a father, you're going to call your children. But if the father doesn't call the children as much, I still expect the mother, because if the shoe was on the other foot and you was the mother, and let's just say that you had a drug or alcohol problem. Let's just say you did that and it caused us to break up. You still their mother, and I still want these kids to respect you. So if you are dealing with whatever and you don't call, yeah, I as an adult will feel a certain way, and me and you will have a conversation, but I will still make sure that those children respect you as children, that you are their mother, and no matter what you are going through, you can still pick up the phone and call and check on your mother as children. So that's how I look at it. So I guess, for me, I think that as the responsible parent, I would, if the other parent is not calling, I would still make sure that there's some kind of level of respect that they do reach out to the other parent.
so? Tyrone says, why would a child be encouraged not to reach out to their father, though?
Who
I
said
can
that?
see if the man is refusing the child's call.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're not going there with that.
Yeah.
Basically, the status was, um, if a man feels like the phone works both ways, and no, the child should reach out to the man. And there was some people saying that's still a child though, and I think it was somebody new that I seen. I think her name is Tiffany. They are not adults, and Miss Tiffany Hicks Wells said they're not adults, and you're right. But I will say this: I am a big believer of what's good for someone else may not be good for me. You know, if you feel like, well, you need to go call your daddy, and they're like, he cool. You know, you don't have to call me every day for me to feel differently about you. You ain't got to call me every week. But when you do call, don't let it always be like this.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Um, my daughter, texted me today and she was like, "Hey daddy, my phone ain't working." And I'm like, whatever, whatever. And that was it. And I'm perfectly happy with that. I felt some sense of pride because with all them damn people in the house, you reached out to me. So I mean, we good. I don't have to have a phone call from my children every day. Some people require that. I don't.
I can respect that.
I just tell you this as a parent of grown children. Now, just grown. This is different now. This is
Yeah,
different.
different, way
This
different.
is way different. Just to just put this in. I feel so great when I can reach out to my kids. And my daughter FaceTimed me yesterday. My younger one always FaceTimes me. My older daughter I saw in Baltimore this past weekend. But with that bond and with their moms not being here, I even see a stronger. Even though I was there always and we had a good bond, they had a great bond with their mom. So now they don't have that. I see our bond getting even stronger over time. You understand? Even though we had that good bond, I'm seeing that now the conversations can go. I mean, they're adults, but I'm seeing that things that they share with their moms, some of that they share with me now as their parent because I'm their parent, but I'm their friend now. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I did my job as a father to raise them, and I still will give them advice if they come or if I need to. But now it's more conversation now, and I really enjoy it. So I just pray as your children gets older that it grows in and it blossoms into that.
I'll
I
say, go ahead, Nick. Please go ahead.
I was gonna say now. I do feel like if a child has a telephone, because a lot of kids at 6 have phones. If they have their own phone, then they can reach out to their parents. The only numbers that should be in that phone should be parents and close relatives like grandma, grandfather, aunties, uncles. But I still don't see it as a child's responsibility, but you have like that way of communicating with your child. You could text your child, you could call your child, and your child will know that that communication is open. And as we know, children will FaceTime everybody.
So wait a minute. So now I okay. So you don't okay. So you feel
Hmm.
because you use the word responsibility. Why wouldn't it be a responsibility that a child wouldn't reach out to their parent? Why
Because
wouldn't
they
it
may
be?
not even think about it.
Yeah.
Like children, most children, they reach out to their mom first of anything. And that's not even like they don't like daddy. It's just like mommy is
But don't we
who
supposed to point them in that direction?
That's
sometimes
like
if
that's
we can.
forcing. That's
No,
not.
not forcing. It's just
Well, it's
that
like
did
it
you
kind
call
of feel
did you
like pushing away. If my child is asking of something of me, I'm just gonna give it to them,
right?
and I'm not gonna say, "Oh no, call your dad." Like, no, I'm just gonna give it to them if I
But
can.
is it anything
But
wrong to
like,
say when's the last time you spoke with your father? What is there
no, there's
wrong?
not. But I shouldn't have to ask that either because the father should be active.
Well, I want to get the two comments too.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Let me see. Nicole says, I want to hear from my kids every day.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely jump on her butt, but go ahead.
And Brittany came back and said, me too. Tracy says, but if y'all live in the house, you speak to them every day. Why not even though it's separate houses? And back to what Nicole says, I don't know if there's a difference between a mother and I mean, there is a difference between a mother and a father, but I'm like, a mother will make sure that they speak to their child every day. Even if the child is not living in their house, that mother is going to reach out to that child to speak to them, to ask if they need anything or to see where they're at, to see how they're doing. Like a mother, I'm not going to say all mothers because you do have some trifling mothers out there, but most mothers are going to reach out to their kids to see how their children are doing. So it's kind of hard, to understand when you don't get that same thing from a dad. You would think that the dad will want to know how that child is doing, and you know what I'm saying. Like
Hmm.
it shouldn't go weeks without checking up on your child.
I think a lot of men also like just Now a couple of weeks I can't see that, but like a couple of days of not talking to their kids, I believe they just entrusted like
Right,
their
the
mom
mom. Yep.
to make sure everything is good, and if
Yeah.
he's needed,
The
they'll
mama call or they'll call too.
So I can't say that they're not worried, but like when you go weeks and months without checking on
Right.
your children, it's like you don't even know if your child's alive,
Exactly.
and that becomes concerning to me. Like as mothers, if we don't reach out to our kids, we're considered bad moms.
Right.
So like that is in the back of your head every time like you don't call your child. If you go 24 hours without calling your child and your child is in someone else's care, in your head, and sometimes people actually do this, like, she ain't call her child all day. She ain't
Yeah.
call, check, nothing. Ain't worry about her, nothing.
Mhm.
And like that does affect you as a parent. Like it kind of makes you feel like you're being challenged as a parent.
Right.
Men don't worry about that.
So this is my take on that, because it's a lot of, and I'm not trying to be funny, but it's a lot of feminine energy up here. So the reason I say that, and I'm not talking about Fatine, because you wasn't really commenting on what y'all was saying, but sometimes I don't want to talk to my mama every day, and I think when I grew up in the house, it was just me and her, and she got one child. When I went to the military, I didn't call my mama every day because I didn't want to talk to her every day. It's not that I loved her any less. It's because what do we got to talk about every day? And I get it. My kid's mother talks to my kids every day. Even if they in my care, she talking to them. I used to get upset, but I understand it now. I'm like, that's just what you do. When I went to Japan, I didn't call my mama every day. When I went to Afghanistan, I didn't call my mama every day. But when I came back from Afghanistan, she pulled some strings. It was the most, I ain't gonna even go into the details about it, but my mother made me come home because I wasn't calling her. And this was my first, not really my first form of freedom, but sometimes, I'm not saying she ain't a priority, but I didn't want to talk to her. It's like I wanted to be out here. I had money, I had women, I had liquor, I had this, I had 2 cars, I had my own crib. My mom was a second thought. I didn't love her no less, but y'all got to understand as women, you will be replaced. Maybe not you, but you will be replaced because because she got 2 girls. That's why I say that.
Never know.
I just always in my mind feel that, but as a male, a woman is going to replace your mama. As far as who he checks on first, like Mike's talking about his son. His son was on the phone. Mike called him. He just sent him the voicemail, text him back, "What's up?" My son done me like that, and I get it.
I mean, yeah, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. I'm almost
But,
done.
yeah, like when you're talking about in your younger years, like 1920s, like I wasn't trying to talk to my mom like that, especially when I got my own place. Like, but these days and times, and Cheryl made that comment too, where she said these days and times it's best to reach out to your kids every day. Now I'm gonna tell you, I don't go a day. I try not to go a day without calling my parents. I have to hear their voice. I make sure I reach out to my parents. If I talk to daddy and mama in the background, I just make sure that I hear their voice because things are happening so fast. I'm not saying that they didn't back in the day as well, but when you young, you in your teens and 20s, you got your own place. Like Vic say, when you was, in the service or whatever, you had your car, you had the women, you had this, you had that. You really wasn't looking to call your mom, every day.
Because I ain't
And
want to
get
lie
that.
to her. I ain't want to lie to her. She
Yeah,
would say,
because
"What
you know
you
they're
doing?"
gonna ask
A whole bunch of
questions.
questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it, Mike. I have a teenage son, so I definitely get that. But I'm saying, as parents, I feel that we should be reaching out to our kids if they don't live with us. I'm not saying pick up the phone and call them. There's so many ways to communicate. Send that text message. Send them a message or social media. That's kind of But I'm just saying there's ways of reaching out to check up on your child.
I think something is missing from this equation, and it's not an out and it's not an excuse. But when let's just say you are not with the mother, but that mother is a good mother.
Facts.
There's going to be times when I'm not going to call that child
Yeah.
every day.
Hell
It's
no.
not that I want to talk to that. It's not that I don't want to talk to my child, but we there's a comfort zone knowing that they are with the nurturer. We know that as is the protector, and we know when we don't get that call, usually everything is
Everything
going
is
good.
fine.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but when are we gonna break that though?
No,
Are
no,
we
no.
gonna
You
I
don't
get-
have
no,
to.
you know,
cycle?
We
no,
have
no,
to.
no. What I'm saying is, I'm not making an excuse. I'm saying not every day. It doesn't mean you don't pick up the phone and call and check on your children. But if I know you and you are good moms, it's not every day I'm gonna call my child because I know that you ladies, you as the mothers are nurturers. I'm not gonna do that because we fall into a comfort zone. Men and women are different.
Yeah.
We parents, but we operate different, especially when we know we have a good mother on that side. I do go back to Victor and what y'all say. I'm in agreement. When I went to college, sometimes my mother had to call the phone booth.
You damn right.
She had to call the phone booth. You ain't talked to me in a long time. You okay? And I got it. And I tried to do better because I had to think about how when I call and they didn't answer, how I worried. So I try to be a little bit more consistent. But even in college, I didn't call home every day because I needed to separate space. That's why I left. Because I needed to separate space. I needed to walk in my own shoes in my own lane. And they understood that. And what happens when I went home, they flipped. They treated me like a man.
So Tyrone says men, well, man, no news is good news, especially from a protector position. And I get it when I say feminine energy. There's a lot of women out there that want there's a lot of women out there that want to be in their child's lives and they want to be up in their business each and every day and know this and 3, 4, 5, 20 times a day. And I get it. That's to each his own, you know. But me personally, like he said, no news is good news. I'm cool. You don't have to call me every day. My best friend don't have to call me every week. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I guess with men it's not like that. I understand if you don't reach out to me, ain't no love lost.
And I get that. And who was that mentioned that? I think that was Destiny. Destiny says that her stepdad makes sure that he texts her every morning. And she's an adult. Like Destiny is what, 30?
That's
That would
what
annoy me.
And that's cool.
Like
that's
he
what
always
he
say
that's what
good
they do.
morning. Like,
They do. And if
right.
that works, that works.
So I say that to say that some men do reach out
Oh, yeah.
to their kids
yeah.
every single
I mean,
day.
I don't reach out to my daughters every day, but we talk.
Yeah.
We talk, but I don't reach out every day. You know, they grown women now, so I don't, and they don't reach out every day to me. But we don't let a long time go without reaching out to one another.
Now, my children don't live with me. They live with my mother. Just because of school. During the summer, they with me. But like I talk to them every day. But in the summertime, if they're at their grandmother's house, or even on the weekend, if they're at their grandma's house in Darlington,
You don't talk to them every day. I know that.
no, because I know they're out having fun, doing something.
And
me
they're
calling
in
them
good
is
hands,
literal-
right?
Yeah,
And
me
in good
calling
You
them
don't
is.
text or anything.
I got their location.
Yeah,
I
mama.
don't-
That's
Do
too
it
much
every
for
day.
me, mom.
I don't have to because I know if they need something, they're gonna call me. They're gonna be like, "Ma," or when they want something, they text me, "Mother," and I know they're about to beg. But I know they have groceries. I know where they are. I know the location, so I'm not worried unless I see them going somewhere else outside of that location. Then I'll call like, "Hey, where you at? What you doing?" And they'll be like, "Oh, we're going to so and so for church, this, that," because they do a lot of church stuff. So that's why they do go over there. But outside of that, if they're at my mom's house, I talk to them. Well, I see them every day because I cook every day for them. My mom don't cook. But outside of that, on the weekends, no, I don't. I don't have to.
I'll say this. I don't talk to my kids every day, but I'm going to talk to that coochie every day now. She get a text message every morning. What?
So you put coochie in front of.
You damn right. How you think they
I
got
know
here?
you lying.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Listen. I talked to one child today. I probably talked to 20 women today. I'm telling you, it ain't no hell no. Listen,
You know what? I can't argue with that because I do talk to that man every day.
thank you.
And y'all don't talk to y'all.
Fuck no.
Them kids don't be wanting to talk
Not
to
really
me.
talk. I
Nah,
mean, even
nah.
to send a text. Like if I don't,
No.
if I don't talk to my son all day, I make sure like
I
I
do.
send him a text message,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I say like I love you.
He texts
and leave
back.
it like that. Maybe 5 hours later.
Okay then.
But at least he did.
Damn.
He
I can see my kids saying, bruh.
Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes he texts right back, but I make sure. Like life is short, y'all.
Life
Yeah,
is
life
short.
is.
We have to let people know.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
also
let
have
my
to give 'em space. So
let
I
know
also
right
feel
in
like
between her
giving-
legs.
yeah.
Yeah, most
That-
definitely.
Gotta
Like
live
it's
some.
not like I go and I shoot him a long paragraph or whatever, but I do let him know, hey, I'm thinking about you. I love you.
Man, that's sweet. That's
You know,
dope.
and I leave.
But not
it.
every day.
I don't say I'm thinking about you. I just say
But
I
why?
love you.
Let me ask you
that's
this: Do
okay.
you?
They
What's?
need to hear that
I'm not
sometimes.
saying that you don't love him. We know that part. But is it feel like you falling down on the job if you don't text him that day? You got that busy and you forgot to text him. Do you feel bad about yourself?
I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna call him. Either way, I'm going to be in touch with my son.
Every
That's
day.
just me. Yeah.
Well, y'all live together still.
Every day. Yeah.
Oh, so you live
Yeah, my
together.
son lives with me. So I mean,
Okay, yeah, you're gonna see.
When he moves out on his own,
Mm.
I don't know if you're going to do that every day.
I
She
still would
will.
send-
She
Oh
will.
yes, she will.
She will.
Oh yes,
If
she
you
will.
answer every day is gonna be
And
the
that- and that
question.
response may be
that's
long.
that's the $1 million question.
What's
If
the-
he respond?
What's the name he got under your for your name in his phone?
Probably Mom Dukes.
So I got Duke. Mine is Dukes, and when I see Dukes come across the phone, my head just start hurting. My head hurts when my mama texts me because it's like what? Because it's my mama will text me some shit that you remember back in when we was 70s. I was born 81. You remember back in 89 when you was in no, I don't. I don't remember this shit. But I get where she's going with it. But it's like, Mom, you don't have to make up something. Just if you want to call. She'll come over and just be moving shit around, moving shit and doing all this.
Like my mama.
So I get it. You get bored and then you'll send me some random ass emoji and I'm like, what is it? Like, I'm like, okay.
That sounds like my mother, and her name is her first name in my phone.
Wow. My mother, once I got grown.
Your mom is so cute. Yeah, you favor
yeah,
your
yeah,
mom.
Yeah. Once I got grown, my mom's treated like a grown man. She came over and I tried to get her in my business, and she was like, that's your business. I ain't getting in it. She played her role for a woman that babied me up to about 16. For her to fall in place, she didn't blur the lines. She didn't blur the lines. I mean, she had a conversation with me when I was damn near 86. I was 24 at the time, and she had a conversation with me. But other than that, she didn't. She'll call just to say, like, if I work nights, she'd just say, you up or whatever. But and she hardly called me if she needed something. If she needed something, she called me. I checked on her before I went to work. If I couldn't make it there, I check on her, make sure I hear her voice before I go to work because my mother had a stroke, before I got into the work world. So I always want to make sure I couldn't even go party without making sure my mother was okay. And even when I came home, my mother was a block away. I would tip in there just to make sure she was okay. And sometimes she would wake up and she said, "You going home?" I said, "Yeah," because I know as a parent now, it gives her comfort. I didn't have a problem doing that. You understand? But my mother gave me that space as a young man. And I don't believe in. I'm not babying my daughters, and I don't believe in babying kids, especially a young man. If once they become that age, treat them like young men. If they treat themselves, because you gotta let go as parents, but that don't mean you don't.
At what
love
age,
them.
though?
Well, for me, when my daughters got 18, they had a lot of leeway because in New York there was a lot of leeway. They could drink at 18 before it was 21. So 18 tattoos and piercings. My daughter waited till the day she graduated and she got 2 tattoos. But she followed what I said. No tattoos till you graduated.
man.
She got her tattoos. But when she became 21, they
My
live
man
with
been
us.
treating me like a grown up.
I
since
treated them
I
like
was
a grown up because they treated
14,
themselves like
15
grown
years
up.
old.
15
I wasn't-
birth.
Yeah.
Birth. Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. I treat them birth.
But my mom is a New Yorker too.
So one thing I will say about my sons, I'm not gonna baby them. I ain't after you crawling, you ain't getting pick up no more. None of that shit, bro. Let's come on and walk. When my son, my oldest boy, was maybe when he was like able to walk, I never held his hand when we were walking in stores. Of course I ain't gonna walk fast and set him up for failure. But I would walk and he would walk beside me. I'm like, and he, their attention come back, go over here. I'm like, nah, son, leave that alone. I ain't got to yell. I ain't got to pop him. I ain't got to do none of that shit. I instilled in him, son, you got to listen to this voice. You know what I'm saying? Even my baby boy now, he walks. I haven't tried it with him yet, but when we're at home, he wants to crawl. And I tell him, no, son, you got to get up. All this
I'm
crawling,
like that too.
yeah, this crawling shit, we're done.
Come on. Well, I didn't say it like that.
What about the baby
Of
talk?
course,
Do you baby talk?
no, I don't.
You're not
know.
supposed to
Yeah.
baby talk kids.
Well,
Yeah.
to each his own.
I mean,
but I don't do that.
Yeah.
You're not
do it.
like it's science. You're not supposed to baby talk a
that's
kid.
I can't tell nobody how to raise their
Right,
children,
because
but
sometimes you can't.
but
Sometimes.
to each his. I just say this to each
I
his
mean,
own.
like you can do whatever you want with your children, but like they tell you like don't baby talk because that's how they're going to start talking. Like I had a kid in daycare that was like, I want to go outside, and he was 4, and it was like, yeah, I want to go outside, and it was like,
Yeah, we ain't doing that. No.
and we had to correct that, but that's how his mom talks to him.
We're getting ready to
So-
change the subject, Miss Carol.
I don't know about all that. Now we
have an email letter.
Okay,
But go ahead.
But I would.
Dive right into this.
But I would tell. I'm sorry, but I tell my son not get your ass up. But I tell him, hey son, get up, get up. You got to. I put that bass and he'll look. Or if I walk in the house, he crying like, we don't do that around here. And he understands what's going on. Just like I'm not like my mama will come over there and be moving. I said, don't move shit because he's not gonna touch this stuff. He'll learn one time. I think he fell off the couch at his mama house and he had a scar on his head. Now it hurt me, but I realized I was like, he ain't gonna do it again. Whatever he was doing, he ain't gonna do it again.
hurt. But I'm like that too. Like my kids were both potty trained by the time they were 1 year old. I started at 6 months. I ain't play that.
Oh.
I took away the bottle at 5 months. Well, one of my daughters, she never had a bottle. She went from boob to cup. Like I at 3.
Boob the sippy cup.
No,
Cup? Oh.
regular cup.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, a cup with a straw.
That's what I thought, like
Yeah.
a sippy cup.
Yeah, sippy cup. So by 1, they were out regular cups. I wanted them to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
I and not saying like I was trying to force them to grow up fast, but like I didn't want I guess I felt like a burden.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I send my kids somewhere, I don't want my kids to feel like for somebody to look at my kids as a burden. So like my daughter was 3 years old and knew how to run her own bath water. And people were like, oh my God. I'm like, no, I watch her. Like I'm in the bathroom too, but I just like to see her like, try to do things by herself.
I applaud you because there was a young lady that her kids would go upstairs. They were 12, and she said, I got to prepare dinner for my mom's who's coming home. So I applaud you because a lot of times it's not that we putting so much extra responsibility on them young children, but if they adapt to it,
Yeah.
their minds, we got to exercise their minds because their minds are quick like this. So if you can adapt to it, run their bath water, know what they're doing, how to go about doing this, I applaud that. I applaud that because I think too many times we hold our kids' hands too long.
But how would you, like you said, I agree with you. How would you know what your child can do if you don't put them in a position that they can succeed?
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that. My oldest girl for the longest time, I just thought, I was like, Adriana's just going to be just this, not really a bully, but she's just going to be a fucking fighter. That's all she like doing is fighting. And then when,
Ooh, did baby girl?
no, my oldest girl. And I was just like, all she want to do is fight. And then when I got my son was born, he was going through what he was going through. That girl don't leave her brother. She don't. And she would come downstairs and she would sit there with her brother all day long. Now I don't want them changing diapers or no shit like that. But she would sit down there with him and I'm like, well, damn, you won't even sit down here with me. You know what I'm saying? But I love the fact that she now, I don't want her to get used to holding no babies. But I applaud the fact now because she'll fight her oldest brother and her little sister all day long. But with him, she'll fight them about him. And I'm like, I love it.
Well, one of
love
the things, and I don't mean to change the topic, but I know you have an email letter. And that's why I continue to applaud you because I believe in that bond.
Mhm.
Your 3 children and your son now have different mothers, but you bring them all together, and that I always said that, and you do that. That's why I don't care what me and you, I don't care what we debate. If I see you doing something, I'm heart it. I don't care because I respect that. I told people when you make a child, be a father to that child. I don't care what the circumstance is. I don't care. Be a father to that child, and don't alienate your other children from your children.
Hell no.
Yeah, I love that too. My kids, my oldest, because she's close to me too. But my kid's oldest sister, she's like 22 now. She tries to co-parent with me. I don't know why, but like she really she loves her little sisters. The youngest two, they're not able to get as close to them as they want to. My children are a little bit closer to them than she is, but I love the fact that like if something doesn't go their way in Darlington, they just call his sister, "Hey, come get me." Or she'll call me and she'll be like, "Hey, I want to take them shopping for like school's coming up." So she's about to take them school shopping. Like I love that about that. I love that bond that they feel like they have somebody. I mean, like I have an open door policy. So like my kids can always come to me about anything. But the fact that they have somebody else that they feel comfortable with that they can talk to that's closer to their age, I love that.
Yeah, my doors ain't all the way open. It's some things you just can't talk to me about. Like, Daddy, what was that noise coming from the room last? Ain't none of your damn business. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you mean those type of doors.
Lord.
I mean, open door is open door now. I mean, I ain't trying to go too far into your business, but I'm just saying the open door policy means open door.
No. If she knows not to open my door if somebody there.
My
yeah.
kids knew what a headboard hitting that door. They knew what that was. They knew what that was. Hanifa told me put that damn thing
Put the pillow behind the
Exactly.
headboard.
That's right. They knew what that was, damn it.
I can't do it when my kids are there.
No, I ain't.
What?
I can't.
Sure.
I can't.
Men don't play that. Men don't play that.
I ain't playing that shit.
Shit, no.
Hell no.
They go to sleep or go get that
They
Barney
ain't got to
tape
be
back.
sleep. I done walk. Listen, I hate to say it, but I tell them quick. Hey,
Ain't going for that.
close your door.
Mhm.
And
Watch
You
something.
tell them to close the door?
I'm daddy.
That is so.
Hey, no, I'm just saying.
I can't do it.
I just say this long time ago. Hey y'all, close your door, and they be like, okay. They close the door. Whoever need to get on through, all right, we good.
I mean, like even they sleep. Like my walls are thin. Very
Which walls?
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Put some earplugs in there. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell.
hear
I'm
the
not even
lady
discussing
upstairs.
that. Oh,
I still want to. I want that. Well, I know that's another thing. I just want to ask you about that because listen, if I heard somebody screwing the way you say they screwing,
Yeah,
I'm
they were
knocking on the
last
door.
night
I'm
in
knocking
the
on the
bathroom.
door. I'm like, listen, cuz y'all need some help or something.
No, like I love it.
yeah, I ain't got no
I
problem.
love it.
Okay,
I have
that's
no
it.
problem with it. It lasts us 10 minutes. Now they're in the bathroom because the kids are home now, so they do it in the bathroom
But how you hollering all the time?
all the time.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I be
all
like,
the time.
I'm like, listen, man, we got to have some of this damn mediocre sex. I ain't want that.
At least they're keeping it at home. What about the man that jacked off on his lady leg?
Hey man,
Ew, now
That's the
disgusting.
Dollar General.
Hey,
Oh
man.
my God.
Hey man, listen.
I would have cried. I would have fought him.
Oh yeah, she cried.
Yeah.
I would have
That's
fought
disgusting.
him. That is like,
Wait a
oh
minute.
my God.
Just wait a minute. I think doing that on somebody who don't want shit like that, that's whatever.
That's a
But you got to have some form of voyeurism to keep shit spicy now.
He didn't know this woman.
Well, no. I'm not agreeing on that.
Yes.
That is not what I'm saying. By
That's assault to
voyeurism,
me.
Yes.
by voyeurism, I mean like, hey man, let me take you in this dressing room right quick and tighten your ass up. That's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about.
And land you on the sex offender list.
Okay, we both going. If I'm a sex offender with my wife because we got caught having sex in the stop and go
That means
bathroom,
you
that's
can't go to
cool.
your kids' school no more.
Oh well. I'm
Can't
lit.
go to the park.
I'm telling you this, man. The Mile High Club, I would love to join that. Do it on a train, do it on a bus, do it in the back seat of my truck, Do it at a baseball game.
If I was a security guard and I worked security in Macy's and I caught a couple having sex in the dressing room, I'm not gonna report them.
For what?
I'm not gonna do
That's
that.
just, it happens.
I know I ain't doing
There's
that.
just
I'm not
certain, like,
reporting
public
them.
places that,
I'm not
like,
gonna report them because
that kids
I know
are
it's a little
at.
risque makes it a little bit more fun. I got it. I understand. I'm human sometimes.
Nah.
You know.
Some road head.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
different.
That's what I'm saying.
Inside, like nobody's
I mean,
around, but somewhere like the couple that was on the beach, they got caught under a sheet.
Oh, I love
or
that.
the couple,
Ooh.
in front
Yeah.
of kids.
No, not in
Oh,
front of
see,
kids.
stop saying bringing it.
He was on the beach in front of kids.
In the beach in the night, and you
It's
secluded.
night. That's
No,
different.
you
it
secluded
wasn't night.
spot.
It was broad daylight.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm
Nah,
saying.
yeah, I ain't
I'm
know
just
about
saying.
that
I
either.
don't
The
know about
ones
your
in
thing.
New York Park in broad daylight.
Oh, they do. We see stuff in New York.
No,
We seen them in
not
the
like
park.
that.
I've seen
Yeah,
them on
oh,
the
yeah.
bench. I've seen them on the bench in parks.
God.
And she
I've
be
seen
sitting on the
Ain't no
man
there,
lap.
and rocking and rolling.
Yeah,
we
right.
just and people see it, and we just keep on walking.
On the
And
train.
if you got the kid, oh shoot, I know.
On the
couple
train. I've
people
seen
do
that
things.
on the
That
train.
is
You just-
so disgusting. That would do something to me.
I'm just saying that
It
what
just
I'm
happened.
saying
That's
is
what does to
not to
kids.
say that it's
Right.
normal. What I'm saying that this is what we see, and we just keep it rolling sometimes.
Who goes out there to have public sex and with the intent of getting caught? That is never the intent.
If you're on a subway train, what do you expect?
I mean,
Somebody's going to see you.
Well, what I'm saying is it's okay for somebody to watch, but it's not like I want a child. That's different when you start adding children. Like if I'm sitting here,
Some people are just psycho.
let me tell you this. All right, so in Naha, Japan, they got a club called the Stage, right? And it spins, so it sits on a half moon and it spins around like this, right? So there's a woman that comes out. She come out, do a little show. Whoop, 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 whoop. At the end of her show, you can have sex with that woman, but you got to do it in front of everybody. Okay. And people do it.
And
I'm
it adds-
saying-
And it adds to it, especially if you had
To each his
a,
own.
if you had a couple of beers in you, and the pot is up to like maybe $200-300.
That's the problem.
Men
You
would
get
do
a
anything.
couple of beer, right? You get a couple of beers in you. You think it's okay.
It is
Are
okay.
do she make
don't even
these
need beer to do
men
that.
wear condoms?
Yeah, I guess she did that night. I mean, I wore one. Hey man, hey, listen,
America is really the only place where sex is seen as nasty.
or taboo.
It's nasty when you're being disrespectful with it.
And
How?
Having sex
Turn
in
your
public,
head.
other people
But no.
is around, jacking off on someone's leg in
That's
a
crazy.
public.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like
I'm not
in
approving
other-
jacking.
yes,
I'm
you're
not.
right.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
crazy.
approving that. That's not
other
what we saying.
countries, it's still like you still do it behind closed doors
Well, what about in Africa where people walk around with their breasts exposed and men walk around?
because they don't feel like their bodies need to be covered up.
Exactly. So
It's not like, well, I mean, I don't
not
see a
what we're
problem with
used
that
to.
either.
Yeah,
but
man,
I
I'm
don't
going
walk.
with that. I
not
think you
used-
read that.
that's not a
America is
custom
really the
here.
only place where sex is seen as nasty.
Yeah.
And I
not
swear to
nasty.
God, we are so. That's why
Sex is not seen as nasty.
it's
just-
taboo.
it's taboo. It's
taboo.
when we
Right.
can't
It's
even
not.
talk because it's normal. Sex is normal, and like you said, and again, that's you. But I'm not. Again, I gotta go back to that. I got kids. I'm not stopping to having sex with my wife because the kids are in the house. I don't.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
I don't
understand.
because we separate. That's life. That's like I said.
Everybody's a product of sex.
Yeah, exactly. That's why my kids, 5th grade and 3rd grade, Hanifa was showing them about condoms on the cucumber because I'm not going to allow the street to teach them. I'm not going to do that. So for me, at first I cringed,
I'm not
but
gonna
then I
I know.
understood. I understood because I remember what my friends were doing in the 5th grade and what we talked about in the 3rd grade and where my fingers was in the 4th grade. So that's
Why
why.
was your fingers there in the 4th grade? Now,
Why not?
Because that's the reality
I
out
can
here that your
see-
kids, some of y'all
I can see
kids
where
go
my-
through.
No, I can see where, like, at the age that my kids
Yeah, I did
are,
say I had a letter.
I can. I'm sorry.
No.
I
was
mean, let me
reading
finish this
Alicia
point
back-
then.
Alicia comment. Go ahead.
What at the age of my kids are 13 and 15. I have those conversations now because they are running into teenage pregnancy at this point. But to have a conversation like that in 4th grade and 3rd grade. Why
My
are they
friends ran
in
a
that?
train in 5th grade on a
Why
girl.
were they in that position to do that?
But you got to.
What the
Because
supervision
that's
was looking like?
Right.
because they snuck because they again maybe my era is different because we had more leeway. You understand? In elementary school, we left out for lunch to go to the pizza shop to do this to do that. So we had more leeway to do these things. If you think that your kids in the 4th and 5th grade don't know something about sex, you're fooling yourself.
Exactly.
And if you don't talk
Exactly.
to them, then the kids are talking to one another.
I saw my first
So better stop it.
cootie cat. We were both in kindergarten, and I thought all women had that, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I put my hand in it, and that's when I first realized that cootie got a little tartness to
And
it.
some 5th graders and 6th grade starts to have their menstrual cycle. The young lady said that the other day, at 9. You understand? So
I don't know about none of that, but I know I kissed my first girl at Rainbow Kindercare on I forgot
Candy care.
Kindercare. I think I was like in 3K or 4K, and I touched my first vagina when I was in kindergarten.
Men look at the world so differently.
Damn right.
I mean,
And
we
y'all don't
do.
understand.
Go
Yeah.
ahead with the letter.
Yeah.
Cootie cat, I love it.
Okay. Thank y'all so much. Tangy T of Light. Wait, can I? All right. So we do have an email letter. It's going to be, we're already behind time, so it's going to be short and sweet. All right. So, hi, Tangy T. I'm 38 years old, and my fiance of 2 years is 46 years old. Let me get straight to the point of the letter. My fiance will not put his kid's mother in her place. I've asked him over and over again to not have her come up to our front door to drop the kids off. They are 10 and 12 years old. They are old enough to walk to the door by themselves. Every single time she start holding little conversations with him that has nothing to do with the kids. Her and I never had a good relationship because she always had a bitchy attitude towards me ever since my fiance and I got together 5 years ago. She's always calling him even in the middle of the night about something other than the kids. One night she called him asking for advice because she had a job offer in another state and wanted to know how he felt about her relocating the kids. Come to find out, there was no job offer, and this came from a reliable source. He acts like he is too blind to see that she still wants him, and she will try anything possible to come between us. Every time I mention something regarding her behavior, he laughs and says, "That girl don't want me. She's in a relationship." Which, by the way, she even called him one night asking for relationship advice because she had an argument with her so-called boyfriend. I asked him several times to tell her to stop calling if it doesn't have anything regarding the kids. This has not happened yet. I feel disrespected at this point and almost to the point of calling off the wedding, which is scheduled for late December of this year. Should I take it that far?
Yep.
Truth be told, if I do that, I will feel defeated by his ex because I know that's what she wants. Any advice will be greatly appreciated. Thank you. And see, thank you for your email letter. A lot of times, that is where we make the mistake at. We're so busy worrying about how the other person is going to feel, and we just sit around, we take SHIT all the time because we're so worried about, oh, now she's going to have them, or oh, they're going to say this about me if I let them go, or this or that. But meanwhile, you're sitting there hurting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of men, I'm not going to say, maybe I shouldn't say a lot, but I feel like some men actually gets off on stuff like this. A lot of men want to see, they want to still feel needed or wanted by their ex, and they get off with that kind of stuff. And knowing that she is continually asking him to have a talk with this woman, I'm trying to figure out why he haven't had a talk with this woman. These kids are what, 10 and 12? Mm-hmm. 10 and 12. These kids are old enough to get out the car, walk up to the front door, and go inside the home.
She ain't their mama. Why did she get to say that?
She may not be their mom, but that's her house.
Still, these are my kids going into your house, so I need to make sure my children are walking through that house. I mean,
they are. But no, let me finish. This is my point. So if these kids get out the car, 10 and 12 years old, walk up to the home. Their dad is at the door waiting for them, making sure that they get in this house safe.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to get out your car and walk the kids up to the front door? That's to me, that's causing problems.
Well,
I can see you being that mom and wanting to make sure that your kids get to their destination safe, making sure that they get in that house. Yes, of course. I'm not going to pull off and my kids walking up to the door. That's not going to happen. I'm going to sit in that driveway and I'm going to make sure that my kids get inside that house safe. If it's not a crackhead neighborhood, or you hearing gunfires all the time, I'm going to let them walk up to their dad's house and get out the car themselves. In a situation like that where I feel like they're being harmed, I'm definitely getting out the car. I don't care how old they are, and I'm going to walk them to the home. She didn't say that, so I just feel like the ex is being messy at this point. Victor, you want Neat to go before you? Or?
Well,
okay. I think she needs to call off the wedding. I don't think she's in a mature place where she can handle a man that has children, that he's friendly with the mother of his children. Mm-hmm. And they have what seems to be a good relationship, because she never says that they have issues. She just has the issue. Mm-hmm. No one else has the issue. The kids don't have an issue. Her fiance doesn't have an issue. She has the issue. And I think a lot of times we always go with the person that has the issue side, because it's like, oh, the other woman has to want him, when they may just have a great co-parenting friendship. Now, I don't know her, and I don't know him, and I don't know the children's mother. Mm-hmm. However, but coming from the letter, I don't want to automatically just assume this is a horrible person, because this is just from her perspective. And it may be she just may have an issue with this particular individual.
Yeah,
and
said that.
And no telling what actually happened that brought them to having I don't know if they have an issue with each other, or she just has an issue with her.
Yeah, she said that she was bitchy to her since she got with her fiance. So
with that, I would talk to her. I would sit down and have a real conversation, because you just have a man in the middle of it where you're about to marry this man. These children are about to be yours as well. And if you can't get along with the mother of his children, what if she turns around and says, okay, well, I don't want my children around a woman that doesn't like me. So that can cause a lot of issues. You would just sit there and have a conversation with the woman and find out what's wrong. Or, if this is just how their friendship is, their co-parenting relationship is. Like, she doesn't know for sure that there's no job. She just heard it from a reliable source. What if it's just somebody that likes mess that came and told you that? Like, you don't know. Like, you're taking it from a third party instead of asking the horse themselves. And it kind of comes off as, I'm not even going to say jealous, because it's not jealousy. It comes off as you feel superior and you want to win. And it's like, I want to be better than this individual, when this individual is not even asking to be in your place. And now, I don't know, she may want her baby daddy. She very well may want her baby daddy. However, if you already have him and you don't see him doing anything about then you shouldn't be worried. You shouldn't be worried until you actually have something to worry about, until you see a text message that's inappropriate, until you see a conversation or hear a conversation that's inappropriate, or, just if the kid, and the kids are at the age where even you can tell by them if their parents were still dibbling and dabbling.
Okay. And I get some of that of what you're saying, but woman to woman, mm-hmm. We know when someone is trying to be messy. We know she already said that this woman was bitchy towards her ever since she got with this man. Why are you calling? Okay, and really it boils down to respect. Respect my home. Respect that I'm in this house with this man, and that goes for him as well. Respect that we're together.
But I get that. Never disrespect her, because I didn't hear you
disrespect him by calling him all times of the night. For what?
maybe
When it
he
doesn't
opened
have
that
anything,
up.
when it doesn't have anything to do with the kids. My whole thing is, and I know sometimes I look at things totally different from people because that's just how I am. I want people to give me that same respect that I'm going to give them. I'm not going to call my ex home knowing that he lives with someone. If I have a question for him or whatever, I'm going to let that wait and maybe send him a text like that next morning. I'm not going to pick up the phone and call him in the middle of the night and try to have a conversation that don't have anything to do with the kids. It all boils down to respect. Respect me. I don't care if we're not married. Respect me. We live in the house together. And
Yeah,
if
I don't care about that either.
and if I'm having a conversation with you and telling you that this is bothering you, and I believe this is coming from, if a woman have a problem with you and she's trying to do mother things, or how can I say it? Like if she's disrespecting you, don't think that you're getting ready to that I'm just gonna overlook things that you're doing. I already know that you don't like me. So now you want to walk up to my step and drop your kids off. I already know you don't like me. So why are you trying to?
Well, I'll say this. I need to know, because I do need to know more information. Because her being bitchy towards you, I'll say this. Sometimes we take things personal that we shouldn't take personal.
Mhm.
And maybe she wasn't bitchy towards you. Maybe that's just the way she talked, and you took it in a negative way.
Come on, Neek. We know when somebody's being bitchy. We know when somebody's
a lot of
trying
times people
to be.
have bad discernment. A lot of times people have very, very bad judgment, especially women when it comes to other women. So I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, she was bitchy, because the father, again, seems not to, nobody has an issue but her.
But listen, okay, and not getting personal, but let's just say you live with someone, right? You have a man that you live with. So are you okay with his kid's mother calling him 10 o'clock at night, talking to him about something so far off from the kids? Like, hey, I feel like cooking blah, blah, blah tomorrow. You remember you used to like when I used to cook spaghetti and bake the rolls and like stuff off the wall? Will you be okay with her calling this time of night?
I wouldn't care. Now this is Neek after
Yeah.
therapy. I wouldn't care, because, and only because, that is his job to know what conversations he should be having with her and not have with her. So if she calls and she's like going down memory lane, it's his job to stop that.
Right. And that's
However, if he's not stopping that, he may not see that as an issue, because it may not be that big of an issue, because
But most men don't see that being an issue, because
that is
men
true in
don't look
a
at
way.
things like us.
But in the letter she says she called him late at night about a job opportunity in another state. That affects him and his kids. That affects their arrangement. That affects a lot. So that probably is sitting here on her head like, you know what, let me call him right now, because the next morning I have to make this decision. I don't have a time, I need to give him time to really think about that. So I understand it. It, like, that's why I said, like, I'm looking at it from all points of view. I'm looking at it from a bird's eye. I'm taking her side, his side, this one's side. I'm looking at the bigger picture, because it sounds like she has an issue with this particular woman. She has an issue with him having kids by this particular woman. And if he had kids by somebody, more kids with other women, she would still have an issue. It doesn't matter. She has an issue.
I'm not going to say I'm not.
Y'all,
wait a minute.
let
Let me say this.
Hold up, man. Let them talk. Let them go.
I don't think she would have an issue with another woman. I think she have an issue with this woman because, like she said, this woman has been bitchy towards her since she got with this man. And it goes back to say, when a woman is feeling some type of way, you get that tension. You feel when someone has a problem with you when they didn't have a problem with you before you got with this man. Now all of us, that's if you knew them before you got with this man.
But she's been there for 2 years. This is going on for 2 years. Like, even though her kids are...
That's her fiance for 2 years. They've been together for 5, I think, she said.
Okay, so she's been around for a long time to know how this woman is about her kids. You do not get to tell me I can't walk my kids to a door.
My house?
Yes,
I am going to tell you that.
Now, I can't come inside your house. That's fine. I respect that and won't come in your house. but I can walk my children to your door. And if I can't walk my children to your door, that means you have a bigger problem with me. Maybe that can cause a huge problem. Maybe my children don't need to walk up there either.
I'm not going to say that's going to cause.
And if
I
it-
say
and
it's a
if she-
I'm
problem.
sorry, Victor. I'm
Hey,
just
let 'em- let 'em talk.
I gotta
That's
tell
it.
you,
We talk all the time. Let them talk.
yeah, but
Let 'em
I'm
talk.
a woman right now.
Let
yeah,
them
but
talk.
we ain't getting no man perspective
It's
here.
on, let them go. Let them go.
We will.
Go ahead.
No, because I wouldn't do that to y'all. I don't give a damn.
You do
I
it.
don't care.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right? Because my thing is like this. Y'all went back and forth on the same thing. And I agree with y'all. That. But how long? Y'all went almost 10 minutes.
It's a female thing. Can we have a moment?
But y'all did have a moment.
Go ahead, Fatine.
Let them keep having their moment, man. Let them.
No. Let him say what he. let's say
Yeah, I mean, come on
Go ahead,
now. Let's
say
be
what
because
you
I wouldn't do
have
that to
to
y'all.
say.
I would make sure that y'all
We've
got
done
in.
it, but we've done it.
Yes.
We've
Yes.
done it.
Anyway,
Let them talk.
the bottom line is that it comes down to respect. It comes down to respect, and it comes down to. I'm going on what she said in the level. There's a lot of speculation. The bottom line, if that's my fiance, and he's the father of the children, I still want to make sure that my fiance is comfortable and respected. He keeps blowing her off and say, "Oh, that woman doesn't want me." So I do agree, because I don't know which one of y'all said this, because y'all went back and forth, but y'all really have made some good points. Some points I disagree with, but y'all have made some decent points. I would make him and her sit down, and we have to rectify this, because you agreed. I do agree with you. I wouldn't go along with the marriage. I would not go along with the marriage at the end of the day, because I'm not comfortable. I don't care if we can speculate, but if I feel that I'm being disrespected, if nothing's going to change, then why go along with the marriage? So I totally agree with that aspect of the game.
And that's why I said, because how I feel about it, honestly, is they've been together for 5 years total. 5 years. 5 years this has been going on. And he's kind of, like you said, he's been kind of blowing her off like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that serious. Sometimes for 5 years, somebody blowing you off, maybe it's you. Maybe it's not everybody else. Maybe it's you. And I think even reading the comments, women have a hard time taking accountability when it's them.
Yep.
When they are the issue. Because even though I'm saying, oh yeah, respect my door, it's a walkway.
It's
children
my
are
walkway.
But my
It's
children,
my walkway.
my children are coming to your house. We have to co-parent. We have to co-parent. Why? If you have an issue, if the issue is that big that you don't want me walking up your walkway to walk my children to your door, you yourself have a big issue.
No, let me say this. It wouldn't be a big issue if you treated me like someone. But me living at the house, it wouldn't be a big issue. But if you're disrespecting me, if you don't have two words to say to me when you see me, you can't even speak to me when you see me. Yes, there's an issue.
But the letter never said that.
Don't think you're gonna come walk your happy
Ass
to my house and drop the kids off and not even speak to me. You don't even like me. Why are you at my door?
The letter didn't say that. Because she's at the door because her children are gonna be there. She didn't say that the lady doesn't speak to her. She said she doesn't like. So that tells me she doesn't, because she said she talks to the father too long at the door. She didn't say he comes in.
Why are you having conversations with him at the door if it don't have anything to do with the kids?
Because they're probably co-parenting as they should and just have a great relationship. It sounds like she's the issue. She don't go to the door. She don't talk to them. Like, she sounds like the issue.
And I'm gonna say this: I'm not blaming this ex on the ex. I'm not doing that, because this man is the bigger issue just as well as she is. Because if I'm living with someone and he's bringing it to my attention where he don't want my ex coming up to the door, because he don't speak to me. He don't like me. He don't speak to me when he see me in public.
But the
he
letter
don't speak
say
to me
that.
when he see us. Well, she said I may be adding a little bit, because she said the lady's bitchy towards her for whatever reason. But she said bitchy towards her since she got with this man. So I'm taking it as she's jealous. She's bitter because they're together. That's what I'm taking from the letter. I could be wrong, but she's saying that she's bitchy towards her.
That's your
so
opinion.
I'm saying, if you have a problem with me for no other reason but that I'm with this man and you trying to step up to my front door, I got a problem with that. You don't speak to me. You don't like me, remember? You don't like me because I'm with this man. You're not going to walk your happy
It sounds like she's
to this
assuming.
door.
No, it sounds like she's assuming that this woman doesn't like her because of this man. Because all she has to do is have a conversation. Because it could be this man telling her, "Yeah, you know my fiance don't like you." So now, yeah,
He could.
and it could be her saying something negative about this woman, and he went and said, "Yeah, don't," because she be tripping, you know. So she probably does act bitchy towards this woman because she has heard from an individual that they
There's
both.
there's a part that I agree with you, Veronica. So
I can't
let
get
me
my
just-
time.
Go ahead.
You know,
Get your
yeah,
time.
go ahead. Yeah, we
Go ahead,
got
get
wait
your
for it,
time.
but you ain't want to jump in. So
I can't jump in because I love the fact that two women are coming from the perspective of one or the other. So I was sitting here, I had my mind made up, but listening to y'all, I don't have my mind made up. So the only thing that I see is I'm gonna keep my house happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, if my old lady don't want you there, motherfucker, don't you bring your ass to my front doorstep. I'm gonna be respectful as I can. And I swear to God, I get where you coming from, and I get where you coming from, and I think y'all both are right. I really do. But I got to protect my home. And if my old lady say, you can't come over here, you can't come over here. If my old lady say, don't call me at 12,
unless you deal with the kids.
unless it's dealing with the kids, don't call me. I have to set that boundary.
You do.
Yeah.
That is on me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let me
And
just
then
say what
my
I would.
issue-
I just want
one
to say.
second.
Well, let me just say this. What I said
No,
about
yeah, that's
Veronica,
fine.
real quick, because
Go ahead.
So the reason why I agree with you, Veronica, is when you call in frivolously in the night. I dealt with women that will get up. I done told your ass as a man. I didn't want her calling here, and y'all not talking about the kids. She'll hang up the phone. So that you'll get your message through when she calls and you not respecting me. I'll hang up the damn phone. And now, if you get mad, then we're going to have to deal with this. Because the bottom line is what Victor just said. You got to protect your home. If you're not being respected in your home, then that is not your home.
Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, I tell you,
You're right though. I agree partly with you, and I agree partly with you. And when I say partly is I get the whole I gotta respect my home, but when does that even there's boundaries to that too.
so
And let me finish.
go ahead.
real quick.
I'm sorry.
There's boundaries to that because if it's like I can't come to your door now, your children have to come to my house and get them. Now he has to come to my house and get my kids. Okay, now what happens when you have an issue with that because he's there too long?
So so this is the thing. As a man, there are certain things that I understand that I'm going to just have to do. And if my wife don't want you at the front door, you can't come to the front door. I just how I feel. Now, whatever arrangements we need to make, if she needs to be in the car, and you can say, hey, don't bring your wife to my yard. I mean, and you have that right.
Yeah.
So if I got her in the car, I mean, there's only but so much shit that I'm just going to put up with.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, fuck this whole situation. But
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't get to if it gets to a point where y'all can't. If I'm all right with her, and this is a woman in my house, and I'm okay with my baby, like I don't have an issue either way. That everybody needs to have a conversation because we all need to get along. And if we all can't get along, and I mean, like I wouldn't want to be with a man that I don't get along with the mother of his children. Like, I mean, if she was easy to get along with and have talks and this and the other, like if she's just, a person that doesn't get along with him, that's out of my control. But if she's a person
he
that
can't
gets
control how she act.
But if he can get along with her, why can't you get along with her? And that's my
Everybody ain't like
some
that.
women are petty.
They are. They try.
And you can be petty,
Some of
And
them
they
are.
try
You
to
could
do
be- you could be
anything
petty.
to come between that man and that woman.
You can
we
be
know
petty.
that.
You could be petty. But if that's a man that loves you, I wouldn't even worry about nothing petty. I don't care if she can come up in a short dress. I don't care. That's my man. I know that. I'm confident.
Well, I'll tell you.
Your man don't act like your man.
Right.
Ask
When he
him
don't
after,
leave. Then
right. Well,
leave.
then that's the bottom
Then leave.
line.
That's
because
just that simple.
because that pettiness can affect her if your man don't step up and back my fiance. Your man's
It
supposed to
sounds
back
petty,
you.
but it sounds petty for her to say.
No, because I don't
want her
believe
to
no
come to
damn
my
woman
door.
got to walk her children up to no door. I would not. I would tell her, let them kids run up to the door, walk up to the door.
But-
You ain't got to
But
walk
they've
no
been
children
together
up
for
to no
5
door.
years.
Not
And if
10 and
she
12
do,
years
I
old.
can let her
They
open the
have
door.
been
Y'all
together
tripping.
for 5 years.
Neat.
They have been together for 5 years. That means the youngest child was 5 years old. That means she's used to walking her children.
Okay, so when he 18, he gonna do the same
Yeah,
thing?
No, he
he's
probably
5 years
drive
old. I
himself.
crossed my kid. 10 years old. He crossed the street himself. Stop that.
Well, wait, it's a little different. It's a slight bit different here, and because my parents did that, they walked me to the door. But what I'm saying is, if my wife got an issue, and if we co-parenting, I'ma say, Neat, you fucking my household up. Let them kids walk up here. That's what I would say. Now your response could be anything, but I'll tell you this: if my old lady is sitting here telling me she don't like something, and if I love her and we gonna get married, there are some things that I'm gonna do to make her happy. Now, if she, as a man, I think he is getting some enjoyment out of this shit. Just a little bit, because if she's walking up to the door, bringing the kids up, while we having this whole conversation at this door, you drop the kids off, get your ass out my yard. Now, that may sound harsh, but you messing up my life at home. You messing up my peace.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to say, text me or
Right.
call me at a respectable time. I'm not saying, and I get it, it's the adult thing to do is,
Get
if
along.
he ain't doing nothing, what you worried about? I understand that, but we all deal with insecurities, and some of our insecurities take over, and it turns into paranoia. So what I'm saying is this woman has probably dealt with somebody that has cheated on her, and she's projecting it on him. But I still think she ain't wrong for that.
Oh yeah,
And
I
let's
think
go-
she's completely. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's completely, and the only reason, like, I know from experience, because my mom is the person that doesn't want somebody to walk up to their house, and I feel like that's stupid, and I feel like that's stupid, and I guess because I had, and my mom is not this woman, but my mom is very protective when it comes to any man she's with, so it doesn't matter. This woman can just like drop off the kids and not even speak to nobody and just walk off and just like, okay, bye, give her kids kisses and go and walk off. And my mom would have an issue. Like, oh, so she ain't speaking to me? So she couldn't come, so she couldn't say nothing. She just dropped them off. Like, it's always an issue. So I kind of know how to identify somebody that always has an issue. And that's why I say a lot of times women don't like take responsibility when they are the problem.
Well, my whole thing is with this, like, I would not have an issue with the mom walking the kids to the house, to the door. I wouldn't have an issue. The issue I would have, if this woman have a problem with me, and I'm gonna say it again, if this woman have a problem
And
with me,
that's fair.
she don't speak, she
And that's
she can't say
fair.
2 words to me. No, you're not coming to my front door. But if we're cool,
But
like,
that's
I don't
fair.
have any
But
problem
also-
with the mom. Come on, come in for some tea.
That's fair. Also, because and I don't know if this is the type of person you are, but I'm the type of person is I approach people like, what's the issue? Because the situation is bigger than the 3 of y'all. It's to deal with the kids, because the kids get affected by all of this. It like, whether y'all get married or not, the kids are affected by. The kids see and hear everything y'all think they don't see and hear. These kids know that you don't like their mama, and they probably know whatever your mom, whatever their mom says about you. So
Right.
the kids, like, I think about the kids. I think about the kids in a whole, because the kids see that y'all can't communicate and y'all can't get along. And the older the kids get, the kids are going to start manipulating y'all. So that's why I said, why not just have a conversation with her?
Wait. Let's go back to what you just said.
Okay.
The kids see this. I totally agree, because there's
They
things
do
being
see
said,
Mm-hmm.
and they can manipulate. When does the damn father steps in?
Oh, let me get to that.
Come on.
Let me
When
get to
does
that.
Go ahead.
Let me get to that.
Okay.
You, as a woman to woman, go to that woman and talk to her. If she's not willing to talk to you, then you know there's an issue.
Yeah,
Because if a person doesn't have an issue with you, they don't have no problem sitting down talking to you.
exactly.
So if you can't talk to this person and you can't get any clarity, then that's when he becomes like, all right,
But let me
I need
ask
to
you
have a talk
this.
with him.
So do you feel like this the fiance
Mhm.
she do you think she should go talk to this woman, or do you think she did right by going to this man first and letting him have that conversation? Do you think she should step over him and go talk to this woman first?
No, that would kind of be her kind of crossing the boundaries, but I would definitely. She already did the first part. She talked to him. He kind of blew her off.
Right. Now it's time.
And so it's kind of like time for her to say, well,
I'ma
sometimes
take
you gotta
matters in my
look,
hands.
yeah, like sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, okay,
Mhm.
maybe I'm crazy,
Yeah.
maybe it's me,
Right. See,
and to scratch all that off and make sure it's
Let me
not
go to
me.
her.
Let me go to her.
yeah, see,
Yep.
that's why I wanted you to clear that up, because I didn't know if you were saying to go to that woman first and
No.
have the
No.
conversation,
Go to the man first.
or go to that man
Go to the man
Yeah.
first.
which she did.
So how
Because-
can how
go
can
ahead.
you have a conversation? You said that if she felt like it was a problem, they should have a conversation. But if I felt like you disrespected me, whether you did or not, well, no, I can't say whether
And
you
it
did
could
not.
be pettiness because she knows
But
that she may think she don't like her, and she like they both think each other doesn't like them. So now
So-
they want to be petty.
so this is where I have a issue with the disrespect. Once I feel like you disrespected me, you did. You can say, well, I didn't mean it like that, but you did. Once I feel like you disrespect me, I don't want to talk to you no more. Something has to happen. And I think where I don't like about the letter is when the lady said, when she starts talking about the lady was disrespecting her. Once she feels that way, then that's what the lady did. Disrespect is in the eyes of the person being disrespected. You can say, I didn't mean it like that, but no, but you disrespected me. So going forward, if we was to sit down and have this conversation, my defenses is already up. So I ain't really listening to anything you got to say.
But
And you are the problem
Yeah,
then.
but
I mean, I may
You
be.
can't take everything.
Yeah, but-
you can't take everything personal.
Yes,
to the
I
point
can.
where
Yeah, you can.
You
Yes.
can't take everything personal. Then you're never gonna get through anything.
But Victor, you just said something. You just said if I felt disrespected, even though the other person didn't mean to, then I felt disrespected. I agree with you. But if the other person didn't mean to do that, then you can kind of have a conversation because that other person if they didn't mean to, they should be willing to listen to what you say how they felt disrespected. And now you can have that conversation.
But
it may have been him. Like I said, it may have been him going to the baby mama like, yeah, my fiance don't care for
and
me
it
like that.
could be.
And
Then
now,
they all need
when
to sit down. Then
yeah,
they
when
all
you
need
have
to
a
sit down.
conversation,
We can what if
you find out, well, the reason why she gave you the little side eye or don't speak is because he told you.
So why can't they all
Yeah.
adults? They all
Yeah,
should
that's
sit down.
what I said. They all should have a
you're and that we can what if all night, but I will reiterate this. Once I'm disrespected, it's fuck you forever. I don't need to have a conversation with you. I don't want you on my doorstep. Yes, these are the kids of.
When
Look,
you,
wait a minute.
Go ahead, finish.
What I'm saying is once the disrespect enters, it will never leave because in the back of my mind, I'm like, you fucking lying. You gonna sit here and try to damn pacify the situation. I'm talking about how I think. I'm like, you lying because you did that shit on purpose. You purposely came up here with this. I got to flip it around. Like with if a dude he coming to drop the kids off, I'm like, hey, bro, hey. I'm at the door. Hey, I want to drop my kids off to her. Well, then you need to turn around and drop them off somewhere else because I opened the door here. So you can't just come over here and think you gonna run your house and mine at the same time.
So but let me ask you this,
That's what he
Victor.
don't
Don't
like
you
you.
get this is an interesting point, and I like this. But sometimes people take advantage. They take advantage. They take as much as they take it as far as you're gonna give them. When you stand your ground and push back, sometimes they back the fuck up. Even though sometimes they'll back up because people use the word manipulation. I agree with the word manipulation, but when you are manipulating a person, you're in control. But when the other person takes control and takes away your manipulation, now either it's going to be the way of the house or it's going to be no way. So that's going to be stop the ground. Somebody's going to step in here and say something has to be done.
Somebody has to. Because if nobody does, like, you're entitled to feel however you want to feel. But if every time you take something the wrong way and you just go with it and you jump out the window with, I don't care. I don't care if I took it wrong. This is how I feel. If you're never willing to sit and correct yourself and admit when you're wrong and be like, you know what? Yeah, I took that the wrong way. I took that the wrong way. Then like you're gonna take everything wrong. You're always gonna take things wrong. You're never gonna be the person that is able to have a conversation. And and I hate to say that, but like when you're going into a blended family, you can't. You have to be a person that sits down and says, you know what, this situation is bigger than me. This situation is bigger than him.
It's about the kids.
This is about the kids.
It's not about the kids. You got see this letter. It's not about the kids.
No, the letter's not about the kids.
Well, no, that whole situation ain't. It has nothing to do with these
I
kids.
mean, like if the
so
kids
either.
wasn't in there, you wouldn't even have to worry about this.
But the bigger picture is there's a woman that's about to come together with a man and feels disrespected in her own home, and that is a big damn no. Now we could put the kids in it. Kids ain't got a damn thing to do with this. This lady is being she feels like she's being disrespected, and she is. In a sense, she is, because once you set ground rules at your home and somebody is breaking the rules at your home, that is disrespectful.
I think he's laughing at her.
And he could be.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
he
sit here and
knows
say, no, that ain't. And he could be. And we all know men who play women against each other.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of men, they get off with this type of stuff.
Yes.
Knowing that these women are bickering, whatever you want to call the word, over him. Like, some men get off on that. That's why he haven't said anything to his ex yet, because feel like he wants his fiance to, to keep saying something about her. He wants them to dislike one another.
And that could possibly be it as
That's
well.
crazy.
It can go in different. It is like different scenarios and go different ways. It can go the way I said. It can go the way you said. It can all go
right.
different ways. I'm just like, just knowing those red flags from my own mother, I can usually tell, and I could be completely wrong. I'm not always right. I can usually tell when a woman is just too much, just based off of how
we can tell.
everybody
Right.
handles it. Because if I'm about to marry the father of your son, and you think y'all have a great relationship, y'all have been cool for
The two
I don't
women.
know how many years, and I just come in the picture, and I've been around for 5 years, and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I don't want you coming to my door because you don't speak to me, you don't this, and you're like, what damn problem? And it's like there's no because it sounds like they never communicated ever.
And they shouldn't have to.
Lois Parker
Yeah,
said,
they should. They have a family that's about to be blended.
But they don't have to. I don't have to talk to you. That's the thing. You want me to talk to you, but I don't have to talk to you.
Well, then that's to the baby mama. The baby mama doesn't have to talk to her.
You're right. She don't. But you're not going to not speak to her not at my house. You cannot speak to her anywhere other than where we pay taxes at. You don't have you're going to speak to her within this realm. Outside of that, you ain't never got to say nothing to her. You can flip off and all that. But the moment you cross that mailbox, you better speak to my wife. You better.
I just want to read this comment real quick. Lois Parker said, "It's about the kids because if there were no kids, there would be no reason for the ex to show up at that door."
That's how I
so
feel.
the reason why I side with what Victor's saying, so that I understand what you're saying about the kids, but the kids are being used as a pawn
That's
in this.
exactly what they're
That's the problem. So it's not the kids are being used as a pawn in this matter. So it's not really about the kids because they're used as a pawn, walking them up to the door, calling the house, talking with him about other things besides the kids. So they're being used as a pawn because the reason why she lets him accept the phone, and when I use the word let, out of respect, let him accept that phone call if it's after hours because she's the mother of the kids are over there, it could be a problem. But she's the mother is using the kids as a pawn. So I do agree with Vic. It's not about the kids. It's about the kids being utilized as a pawn for her to get to that man. Because at the end of the day, that man is not stopping this. He can stop this.
Anytime he wants.
Yes.
He can put his damn foot down.
Anytime he
and
wants
stop this
to.
crap from the beginning, from the get go.
Yep.
Yeah, but he may not see an issue.
But you know what? You're right.
Of course he does.
I would say that. You know what? I will agree with you on that. As a man, I have done some shit that I was completely oblivious to what I was doing. Now, maybe not nothing as far as this, but there have been some times that I've been friends with somebody and I'm like, and somebody like, man, the fuck you friends with this motherfucker? I'm like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't know. So I agree with you on that. He may not understand exactly what he's doing,
Because
but
like
I'm
I don't
said,
think he
she-
want to
but,
understand.
but I'm pretty sure she told him what he was doing. He made
But
Yeah.
if he doesn't see, like, usually when there's an issue, there's a big issue. Like, which
Facts.
things that she's
Facts.
talking about, there it sounds like for her to say she feels disrespected, and that this woman is doing this and she's doing that. And I don't, and I hate making it sound like somebody, the way somebody feels is little, but that's why I'm so hard on maybe she's the problem, because again, no one else, even him, he does not have an issue. He's even told her that girl does not like, and I don't know the conversation he has had with her, but he has talked to her about it. And if it's like, listen, this is the mother of my kids. She is not trying to talk to me. It is not that deep. It is not what you believe it is. It is not. Let me finish. It is not. It is nothing like that. And he's trying to instill that security in her to the point where he answered she called because he answered the phone in front of you, obviously. The conversation again, because there was no conversation outside. It did not affect the kids, him and the kids. And I like, she didn't say in the letter, she didn't say at all that these conversations were about anything regarding anything that did not affect the kids. When it comes
she
to
did.
when it comes to her moving to another state, that's going to
That's the
affect
only
him and the kids.
conversation that she should
When
be
it comes
having
now,
because
when
that
it comes
had something to do with the kids.
Now, when it comes to the whole relationships,
Yeah, that's good.
I just want to respond to Yoshi real quick.
oh, go ahead.
Yoshi says, I disagree with
we
that
gotta
fatigue.
go.
Some people just have a good co-parent relationship. So Yoshi, first of all, congratulations on your new position there, my brother. First of all, I don't even see how the hell you can disagree with me on if this was good co-parenting, we wouldn't be here. Okay? So how the hell are you disagreeing with me where we're talking about where the woman is using these kids as a pawn? If there was good co-parenting, there would be respect, there would be communication, and we wouldn't have this. How do you disagree?
Yeah.
Well, I do know that there's good co-parenting, but if there's good co-parenting, because I know about good co-parenting, everybody respects one another, and it's about the kids, and we don't go through this nonsense. So I don't know how you disagree with me on that.
But I can, and not to so speak for him like that, but I can say this. Like, Yoshi is a great father, and co-parents really good with all his baby mamas.
And that's good, and I understand that. But
so, like, when it comes to but what I'm saying is, when it comes to a woman coming into his life, she's gonna have to accept all of these different situations, and she may
but
not.
I'm not going to accept for no one disrespecting my home.
Exactly.
I'm not. I'm
Nobody's
not.
gonna do that.
I'm not doing it. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. But I do have one question for the men. And the men in the comments that are saying, they agree with Neat, which is fine. But I do want to throw this out here. If you was in a situation and you're living with someone, and this female had children or a child from another man, and this man didn't like you, he don't speak to you when y'all together, blah 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 blah. In your heart that this man do not care for you. Are you going to allow this man to walk up to your home and drop the kids off and have a conversation with your fiance, wife, whoever she may be, at the door while you in the house? Would you allow that? On that note,
no.
thank y'all so much.
Hell no.
Exactly. But it's okay for the woman to be disrespectful.
No, that's why I agree with you.
So
I think it's a little deeper than that, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Shouts out to CMG Studios, baby.
Yes. And thank you so much for all of you for watching tonight. Neek, it's always a pleasure when you sit in with us on the panel. Thank you so
for having me
much.
tonight.
Yes. Vic White, thank you so much, my brother. Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station. Appreciate you. And thanks to all of you out there for watching and tuning in tonight. We appreciate all of your comments. We wasn't able to get to all of your comments because a lot been coming through. The conversation was very deep tonight, and on both from Corey. Make sure Pastor Corey Millen was on the first part of the show. He's having a big back to school drive. Downtown Darlington, around the square. They shutting the square down. Did I say
The
big bag?
address, because
Gift
everybody
bag.
doesn't know where that at.
90.
Downtown Darlington, Public Square, Courthouse, all of that is downtown. I don't really know the address.
You said 90
Yes.
Main Street.
90 Main
Okay.
Street.
Yeah, 90.
Okay, but they're gonna have the entire downtown shut down for the event. So, book bags gonna be giving away all kind of stuff. Vendors gonna be out there, so make sure you come out 10 to 3. That's in Darlington this Saturday. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate all of you. If you would like to be a guest, if you have an email letter, if you have a topic suggestion, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. And we will talk with you guys later. Have a great weekend. Love upon one another and enjoy this thing called life. Good night.
Buenas noches.